else do you have to say? Yes, I cut my mic off so I could join in with the sing-song. Matilda Shakes will be at the game, I believe, on Monday night. So shout out to them. We'll try and join them pre-match for some light refreshments in Selena and Triple Point. Some little plugs there for sponsors of the Ramble. What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to Behind the Ramble. I'm, of course, Jimmy, and this is the Rivals Watch Along. We are here to chill tonight. This is a much more casual stream than it was last night. I'm not expecting any royalty to join us or any anybody connected to the Sheffield United ownership and consortium that now owns us to be joining us tonight. We're just chilled. We're just going to chill tonight. I'm going to be done by 10 o'clock, probably straight back to bed. But yeah, it's an enjoyable stream, and we're here. As you can see, have I got the wrong thingy up? I have, you know. I have. It is the other way around. Oh, do you know what? Oh, no. I'm going to have to do that in background, Anna, while I welcome our co-commentator. It's Jord Motson.
Jord Motson, the man on the mic, painting the match with a sound so right. Sheffield's pride, every fan can see. He's the voice of the Blades, their melody.
Their melody, Jord Motson. Who put the ball in the Wednesday net?
Harry's
Flipping Campbell. Absolutely right. Jordy boy, how are you doing, pal?
I am fantastic. Thank you very much. How are you?
Oh, mate. I'm still not recovered from last night. I don't just mean in terms of my sleep, but I've definitely not recovered from last night. Talk to me about that game and like keep talking so I can see if I can find out what's going on with this thing.
What more can we say? Honestly, like just some performance from boys, weren't it? They turned up. They did what Wilder said. Wilder said we were not, we're not done, and they turned up. They did the business. Yeah, I know it's sending off change game, but I felt like we were still comfortable enough. They had that chance. I think it were Williams where he hit bar, and it were an unbelievable effort. But
yeah, it was.
After that, I thought we settled again. Tyrese Campbell had scored, but obviously got disallowed, and yeah, we settled into the game, and I felt like we were getting. I think they had the ball, they were in possession, but I felt like we were creating the better chances.
I think that's fair. I thought at 11v11, I didn't think we were in massive danger.
No.
I don't know. Obviously, you always respect the opposition, and they could have definitely hurt us. I'm not saying like we were much superior. They hit the bar, like you said, we had a cracking effort, and were pushing us back a little bit. Yeah. But I certainly didn't feel like we were second best or anything like that. I thought it was a competitive game, and it was looking as though we weren't going to get beat on the night. That's probably the best way to put it in terms of how I was feeling at the time.
Yeah, and then obviously we had 90 after 90, and that were unreal. Like I went to bed, and honestly, I don't think I slept much. I felt like I was smiling in bed just thinking about it. It were brilliant. Like last night were one of the best of this season. It was
good, weren't it, mate? It was good. And it's not like I don't want people to. So for those that aren't aware, we were joined on 90 after 90 last night by Prince Abdullah. We're also joined by Michael Needham, who's a really good mate of mine who has supported us from a very early stage of the Ramble. I know him through the channel, like I know a lot of my really good mates now, but he supported us from very early on. And I don't get a chance to speak to him much, but we always stay in touch. And he joined us last night. First time I think he's been on screen on the Ramble. He's very well connected as well at the moment, which is great, which obviously is great for the channel because he can help us stay connected. So we're talking about potential, relationships being broached with the new ownership in the channel and things to get messages out, and that's lovely. But yeah, it just sort of all culminated, didn't it, Jord, last night with Prince Abdullah message saying, "Do you mind if I come on?" Let me think. Have I got time to squeeze Prince Abdullah on? Yes, of course he can come on. But after such a brilliant result for United as well, it one of the best streams I've ever done. And the feeling, like you said, I couldn't sleep like that last night. I had Jamie Dumpling had sent me all the Ramble on the Road stuff, and obviously it were a late one anyway when we finished, and I couldn't sleep, so I just started editing all that, and that's what I was doing. And then I got a call from Michael, and we're having a chat, and it was just a brilliant night, mate. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, thank you for being a part of that, mate, as well. So
Oh no, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure to be on every time. You know that.
Ledge, mate. So have we got the teams? Do we know what the teams are for tonight?
I've got them in front of me now.
Top man.
Have you got them on or?
No, I haven't. I'm busy.
Right,
just
I'll go through. So we'll start with Coventry, seeing as they're the home team. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. They've gone with Ben Wilson in goal. They've got Van Uyck at right back, Bobby Thomas and Liam Kitchener the centre halves, and Jay.
Oh, Bobby Thomas is back, is he?
Bobby Thomas is back. Yes.
Okay.
Jay De Silva at left back. The two holding midfielders are the usual of Matt Grimes and Ben Sheaf.
Okay.
The three in front of them, right on the side, is Sakamoto. The middle one is Jack Radoni. And then it's Brandon Thomas on the left-hand side, and it's Hadji right up top.
That's a strong Coventry team, that.
And my light is going to fall again. Do you know, I thought I'd done a temporary bloody fix. It's fine. It's going to go. I'm going to have to take it off in a sec.
You're going to put big lights on that in a minute.
Yeah, oh, big light's going to have to go on. I'm telling you, ordering a new light, but doing. Anyway, we'll move on swiftly. Professional as ever.
So just remind me what left back, because I got the defensive.
Jay De Silva is left back for.
All right, yeah. So I prefer him to Jake Bidwell as well. And is it Ben Wilson in goal?
It's Ben Wilson in goal. Yeah.
So that's strongest team they can play, I think. That's strongest team they can play. Who's on bench for Cov? Ellis Sims.
I haven't written bench down. I've only written down the starting 11s.
That's all right.
And then Sunderland, they've gone 4-4-2, according to Sky. And manager's just been on, and he said it is two up top. So they start with Anthony Patterson in goal, Trey Hume at right back, Dan Ballard and Luke O'Neill at centre half. It's Dennis Sirkin at left back, Patrick Roberts on right hand side of midfield, Dan Neal and Joe Bellingham in the centre, and Enzo Lefebvre on the left hand side of that. And then
Enzo Lefebvre's back. Right, yeah, okay.
Up top, it's Elijah Mayenda and Wilson Isidore.
Oh, right. So I don't like it, because, and obviously we'll be relaxed tonight because we're going to have to beat one of these teams if we want to get to where we want to be. But they look like good sides to me, both of them. So, and look, they haven't got to where they are in league without being good sides. But
no, exactly.
The fact that they were stuttering, particularly Sunderland, coming into playoffs, it gave you a little bit more confidence that, maybe they're not going to be the formidable force that they have been throughout the season. And now
it makes you think of they had one eye on this game for quite a few weeks, doesn't it?
Possibly, but I don't honestly know, Jord, what they've been playing in terms of a side. So I don't know whether this has been Sunderland's side and they've just played poorly or played, half strength or whatever it might be throughout. So that might be the case as well. But I'm just at the minute going to try to see if I can get the lineups on as well. And I think we might be able to
flight off. So I'm going to put big light on.
Put big light on.
Yeah.
Put big light on, love.
Got to be done.
Right. Yes, we're good with this. We're good. So, line up there. Okay. My word. Take some sorting out these streams, I tell you. Who would be a streamer?
Well, it's funny because I dropped it and snapped it in half, so it's my own fault, but they don't come in a day, do they? So, got to wait until that comes.
Amazon, mate, they do come in a day. They do if you...
Yeah, but seeing as I think got to bed about 11:45 last night and then straight up for work this morning, I've not even had time to order it.
I know, mate. Yeah. I need to move this down so that we've got the kickoff thing in. Let's...
What's my sorting that? What how do you see tonight going then? What's your prediction?
Looking at these teams, I like the look of Coventry. I have to say, I like the look of both of them. I think they're both putting out the strongest sides they can. Lefebvre is a outlier for me in terms of he could be a game changer. Isidore's always a threat, but hasn't really looked from what I've seen. And again, it's limited in what I've seen of these sides. From what I've seen, I don't think he's been quite the same player. since he missed those penalties at against Burnley. So, yeah, just finally, apologies for the delay, but obviously I noticed the scoreboard was the wrong way around, and it threw me completely. So I have got the away scores up, the home scores up, the away needs to be up as well. But yeah, so I've finally managed to get this sorted now, and then I've also got the teams up here now. So
there we go.
Teams exactly as you said, Jord. I'm not going to go through them again because you did a great job of talking us through them. But just to look at the strength in depth that they've got. Binks, who I thought were quite a poor centre half and a bit of a house, a poor houser. Binks is on the bench. Lee Edridge pointed him out as a weak link when we played him, and I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Ellis Sims is on the bench. Mason Clark, who's been good for him this year, is on the bench. Jake Bidwell, I'm not a massive fan of Latibodiere. Josh Eccles is a decent player.
Yeah.
And on the Sunderland bench, Alan Brown, Chris Rigg. Yeah, Chris Rigg. Oh, my word. Meffam, Yelder, Tom Watson.
He's leaving?
Yeah, he's leaving, I think. Maybe that's why he's not been involved. I don't know if he's been injured or whether he's just been out because he's not going to be staying, but...
Yeah, who's he going to? It's
Brighton, I think. It were heavily rumoured to be Brighton. I don't know whether that's
Premiership
still the
team.
case.
And didn't they accept a £10 million offer? It got announced.
Yeah, £10 million. And that's
that.
It seemed low, to be honest. I
thought that. Especially for young talent these days.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't played a full season, so to say it's low for somebody who hasn't done that, but it sounds ridiculous. But the potentially shown, the value is normally higher than that, isn't it?
Yeah.
At this sort of level. So let's just jump into some comments because I finally got the game on screen as well now, so I know when kickoff's going to come. Nick Cook, Ramble Royalty, says, show you live on the right channel today, Jimmy. Oh, nice. Nice. Thanks, Nick. Thanks. He's allowed to take as many pot shots as he likes at me, to be fair. Maury says, I'm ready for a night of the Ramble. Watch along. Sorry I didn't make 90 after last night. Mate, don't worry about that. Maury was at the game yesterday, made a guest appearance on Ramble on the Road. He will be our main man for Ramble on the Road on Monday. So thank you to Maury for your continued efforts with that, pal. Already started doing his hair, I've heard, on the grapevine for that on Monday. Evening, guys. Want to do a Coventry... really do want Coventry to win this, says Matt. Do not want Sunderland in the final. They scare me. Fair dues. Ashley says, love the Rambles, Jimmy. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Big up Jord, says James.
Thanks,
getting your own fan base now, mate. There you go. Somewhere to go before you catch the Man Mountain, but we're all in that position, mate. We're all in that position.
You're never going to be as popular as Housewives' favourite, are you? So.
Mate, Rob Holding's not come up to me and said, hey up Jimmy, or all like that, has he? He comes up and he goes, view from the mountain. Oh, I'm still hearing about that now. Hey up Jimmy lad, hope you well. Any two of these will do me in the final. Yeah, just get us to the final, Jason. That's more my thoughts as well. Forgot to mention, Jimmy, after my son's first game on Sunday, he doesn't stop asking to go back. Love that, Nige. Love that. I know Nige talked to us about taking his game. Is he 3, did you say, Nige? He's took his son to his first game. Absolutely brilliant. I love that. Long time no see, Tom. Absolutely right, mate. Welcome back. It's been a while. I've just been live over on the Blades Ramble, for those that aren't aware. Jordan needs a better song. Don't come after me, mob. Look, James, if you're a singer-songwriter, then I'll take it. I was under a lot of pressure to get Jordan a song. I couldn't come up with any better lyrics than that myself. I'm not a singer. I'm not a songwriter. I pinch my mate's music for the formal intro to the Ramble, and I use all Matilda Shakes stuff because I have no musical creativity. I will credit myself with the Man Mountain song and Dave the Nose, but I can't just come up with these genius tracks off the top of my head. It's not my wheelhouse. So if you think Jord, what do you think to your song, mate? You can give me an honest breakdown if you want.
I quite like it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's all that matters.
It's not as good as Dave the Nose or Man Mountain, but I think they're hard to beat anyway, aren't they?
I think so.
They're brilliant songs. So I never expected to have one, to be honest. So I'm happy that I've got one. So I'll take it.
You've more than earned it, mate. You've more than earned it. And if nobody's happy with it, I will try and recreate in the close season if you want, if that's the general consensus.
I'm not complaining, but if other people are, then you may have to give in and
I have to. I
Give
have
them
to
what they want.
just cards on the table. It will be low down in the priority list. I can't lie in terms of what we've got to get through.
A busy summer.
Toddy says, some stream it was. I was overwhelmed for you, pal. You and me both, mate. You and me both. It were brilliant. Peak just sends us a super chat. Thank you, Peak. Campervan training and right. I don't know if that's your company. I assume it is something to do with that, but thank you for your super chat. Very much appreciated. David says, evening, Jimmy and Jord. I'm going 2-1 Cov. When Prince Abdullah came on, I just grabbed my head and squeezed to make sure I was not dreaming. Like and subscribe. So hit the thumbs up, please. That's very true, actually. I can see everybody in the gallery or backstage or whatever you want to call it. So they're all in little squares. So I know who's waiting to come on. And then as Prince Abdullah popped up, I saw David go like that. It was literally like, oh my God. So it was, that made me laugh and sort of threw me off initially, but we got back on track. Leave it to Wilder. He the man, says Dino. Yeah. Absolutely right, mate. Prince Abdullah was your warm-up man, David. Absolutely right, it was. Absolutely right. Nice shirt, Jord, says Will. Where did you get that shirt, Jord? Just want to let everybody know.
From you can order them on Amazon. If you type Blade Rambling on Amazon, they all come up, all the shirts.
Both merch
some more, and they are good quality as well, and they're not expensive. They are a fair price for the quality that you get, and they're true to size.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. This is all a brainchild of Man Mountain. I don't want to. He thinks I'm paying it off because, he thinks he's not convinced I'm sold by him. I really like him, but I don't ever want to take credit for somebody else's work. He has designed. I think the Wednesday night one I had some input into, but the majority of them I just haven't had time to put some designs to him yet. He has run with this himself, all Man Mountain, and congratulations, mate, for the sort of uptick that it's got because people really like him. And the main point of it was the only thing that we both sat down and talked about was people want to support the channel, but I want to make it affordable for people to do, because this merch that I sell through Spreadshirt is good quality. It's reasonably priced, as low as we can go in terms of the actual sale price. But because it's print on demand and stuff like that, the company is set up with a really high delivery cost. I think it's like £7 to £9 per delivery. So if you don't order in bulk, then they rinse you a little bit. Whereas Amazon, it's free delivery for a lot of people if you've got Prime. So it's all that sort of thing.
And I think this shirt, I'm sure it come. If it didn't come next day, it come day after anyway.
Yeah.
Quick. So
good stuff. Good stuff. George still adjusting his ring.
That's after last night. From being nervous.
Hey, just thinking about it, actually, thinking out loud, we should have some merch about Wembley, shouldn't we? Some like Ramble merch.
I said ages back. I can't remember what we were talking about. And I don't know. It's where on the March of Wilder's Arm, and I said there could be a bus, like
we are going to Wembley.
A sign of Wembley, and then saying we are going to Wembley,
Yeah. Nice. Cooler King says, can I just sit back? Can just sit back and enjoy this one. A few red cards wouldn't hurt. Yeah, that's what Prince Abdullah said last night, to be fair. The 5 Sunderland played the 4-2-3-1. So 4-4-2 is odd. It's not odd. They're trying to change it, I suppose. Will says, night after night last night was ridiculous, by the way. Rewatched it twice. Phenomenal content. Thank you, mate. We do try. Mitch says, what's everyone thinking for this game? Going to be entertaining like our game last night, or a tight snooze fest since it's the first leg? I don't know, I don't know. They've both got decent attacking talent in the side. Yeah. I thought last night would be a much closer affair than this one. I think there might be some goals in this tonight. Certainly hope so.
Just showing you the last 2 meetings. So Coventry won at home 3-0.
Yeah.
And at the Stadium of Light, it finished 2-2. I'm thinking, I think there's going to be a goal or a couple of goals. I'm toying with 1-1. But I think if someone does win, I'm leaning towards Coventry 2-1.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Frank's done a very good job. I know he gets some stick, but I think he's done a good job with him. You can't say any other, really. Mr. V says, you've got more people watching the watch along at the minute. Than what, Mr. V? I don't know if I've missed that, but yes, he's 3 and 4 this Sunday, pal. Yes, that were it. Thank you, mate. So yeah, I'm glad
Happy birthday for Sunday then.
Happy birthday for Sunday.
Great day.
And Yeah, Blade for life now. Blade for life. Love that. Maury says, been applying product, but it's a pleasure. If I think I'll try and get some players to come to TP or Selena for a few. See, you've not brought your sentence up there. You're going to try and get some players on film. That's great. But it reads as though you're going to try and get some players to come to Triple Point and Selena with us. I don't think that'll happen pre-game, or if I'm honest. For a few predictions and meet you guys.
I know we're 3-0 up, but I don't think they're quite on.
No, they're not that. They're not that relaxed.
Right? Yet, are they?
Yeah, they won't be joining us for a cocktail in Selena and a pint in Triple Point. But maybe after the game, mate. Maybe after the game. James says the others are catchier. It's no big deal though. Jamie Dumpling will be needing one next. Don't be saying that. Jamie Dumpling. Look, he has.
There'd be too many swear words in it.
Too many swear words for one. It was so much work. You have no idea. I was swearing myself at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to sort that one out. But Jamie Dumpling has been historic. He's quite vocal in the chat. He's had his neck wound in a couple of times, which is good. But I have to say, he has massively shot up in terms of his reputation at the Player Do, where he did what he did for our long-time members. So if you earn the trust of the Ramble, like old guard, and I don't mean that in terms of age, I mean in terms of stature, then you've done very well. And he's well in now, is Jamie. So he may get a theme tune. It'll be next season if he does. Mark Meldrew will be fighting him for it. There's a few. I still think they should be in like high level territory to get your own intro. You have to put your time in on the channel, don't you?
Really? A long time.
Yeah.
A lot of hard work and graft, so it's still got a way to go, hasn't it?
I would say that obviously, how long have Man Mountain and Dave the Nose been coming on the channel now? And look, I might let the cat out of the bag here, but before I do, I'll make my other point. I think Jord has spent more time on screen than anybody else that comes on with me because of the length of the shows that we do. So I think Jord, Man Mountain, and Dave the Nose have earned an intro. That's just my personal feelings on it. And I'm not saying nobody else is worthy of one. Of course they are. But I think if you give everybody an intro, then they soon lose the luster, don't they? Players are just coming out, by the way. Just a little bit of Ramble news while we're talking about the 3MB boys. I think it's fair to mention now, we've more or less officially rubber stamped the first promotion of the season. So next season, 3MB will be playing in the full-time Blades Ramble League. They've been promoted from Patreon, and they will be playing on a weekly basis on the main channel. If we can get the dates and things lined up, because obviously they have busy lives as well. But congratulations to the 3MB boys who have won promotion this season for their outstanding performance throughout the year. So well done, lads, and we'll see you next season.
Let's hope Blades follow suit then, eh?
Yeah, let's hope Blades follow suit. Tom says the idea of having a sing-off against half of Northumberland at Wembley isn't a particularly pleasant thought. So I'll be tentatively backing Cov tonight. Yeah, fair dues, pal. Mountain needs his own T-shirt with his head resting on his arm, looking rather joyful. Thank you. I'm up for merch ideas all day long. Once the immediate game time sort of calms down, which won't be too long now, I'll have a little bit more time to dedicate to merchandise and other little projects that we've got planned. Evening, Jimmy and Jord, says Michael. Good evening, pal. Jace says, don't you think Man Mountain looks like Harry Kane?
I think that's a disservice to
Harry Kane. yeah.
No, to Man Mountain. No disrespect, Harry Kane, but you know.
Yeah. What time you lot get into the Triple Point on Monday? I might show my face for the first time. Nice. Love that if you did. I don't know yet is the honest answer, but I will drop it in the group once I know, because I'll be going with Eki Outsal and Andy the Blade. So I will have to let you know. We're on the march with the Ramblers Army, says Maury. Get it merched. Oh yes, that's what we're going to look at, weren't it? After Monday, unless it's a tight turnaround with the window production, I'll speak to the Man Mountain. We'll get something fired over. Don Goodman last night must have been a painful watch for him. Bias and hatred personified. Absolutely right.
I'm not even going into that today. I'm too happy to even speak about that muppet.
I know, mate. Just going to get me timings right. So I'm going to knock this kickoff thing off. And I want to find the first half timer. Make sure I don't do what I did yesterday.
Both teams here, though. Look at that. Coventry have won 3 out of the last 6, losing 2 and drawing 1. And obviously Sunderland, what they lost the last 4 or whatever it were.
Lost 5, I think it was.
5. So they're not. Neither team are coming into it exactly massively informed. It's a bit, Coventry more informed than what Sunderland are, but
yeah,
it's a bit hit and miss for both teams.
Jota don't care. Don't even think my mountain looks like here again. Hoping for a Cov win for 2 reasons. Wilder has Frank's number, and my mate is a Sunderland fan. Love that, Ian.
I wonder if he's there today.
Maybe.
What you've been singing about.
Yeah, possibly. You don't care. You don't care. Play up Sky Blues. Reggie Labrie.
Oh. I'm actually quite looking forward to this. I think it's because I feel more comfortable with how he finished last night that I can just sit back and relax and
agree.
And watch this with a good interest. But we've got another great commentator on though tonight in Andy Hinchcliffe. I think him and who would you prefer, Don Goodman or Andy Hinchcliffe?
Don Goodman, to be honest. which absolutely speaks volumes after last night's performance.
Yeah. To be honest, he's got some. I've been on X today and he's had some absolute pelters, and it's not just
rightly so.
United fans; it's from a lot of neutral fans as well.
Got a voicemail from Eki Outsal who tried to ring me just before I went on, so bear with you. You talk us through what's happening, Jord. I'll be back in a tick.
Yeah, we started off. It's a bit of red tennis going off. Sunderland come away with ball. It's an interception from Coventry just on halfway line. Very scrappy to start with. Very hectic. Great tackle from Paddy Roberts on Hadji Wright. And it goes out for a throw into Sunderland. Just on the halfway line. Yeah, very frantic minute there. I'm sure it'll calm down after a few minutes. Crowd's in fine voice as well, which is good to hear.
Just a little message to Eki Outsal. Absolutely no problem, as you would expect. Yeah, no issues at all with that. We are likely going to be giving a Sunderland fan, I think you said, a lift to game on Monday. I don't know. I only half listened to it, but yeah, whoever needs a lift can have one. That's all.
Sunderland fan, nice.
Yeah.
Coming to Bramall Lane. Scouting, yeah,
maybe. All right. Jimmy's Wembley clan on the shirt. No. Jimmy, I have to say, in the build-up to the Bristol City match, you looked so really nervous. You were blowing a lot and taking deep breaths, but Jord looked very calm. If he was nervous, I didn't detect it. There you go.
Wow. Because, to be honest, I don't know if it were me you were, because I felt like I was going like that. And I
was very nervous.
I've got a good poker face if that's the case.
Yeah, you have, mate. Oh, here come Cov.
I think it was Radoni, weren't it?
Good player, Radoni.
Cross the ball in and it's headed away for a Coventry corner. Yeah, I like him. Your dad likes him as well, didn't he?
Yeah. But they went early to get him, didn't they? I think they paid up something like £5 million as soon as Huddersfield got relegated. Yeah,
which is fair play. If you want him, you got to go and get him, haven't you?
Yeah, good player, Bobby Thomas.
The left foot corner towards Bobby Thomas. Is it goes out for a goal kick? Is it, or is it a corner?
Yeah, corner.
It's a corner. Yeah. About 5 seconds in front of you.
On my TV, it's bang on 3 minutes. 1, 2.
No, we're only a second. Yeah, it's all right. I just looking at the timer.
Yeah, timer's off by about 3 seconds.
Yeah. Gaffed up your game with that. So that was better than yesterday's second half, I must admit.
It's not easy, and there's a delay on it as well. So when you click it, it takes a couple of seconds to sort of G up. Corner to Cobb then. Other side this time.
Left foot in swinger, isn't it?
In swinger from Radoni.
Goes near post. Bellingham chests it out and it goes for another corner. with Matt Grimes pressuring Bellingham at the near post here to just chest the ball back out for a corner. It's going to be Radoni who will take the same corner again. It's going to be another in-swinger. Players all in the 6-yard box crowding Anthony Patterson. It is an in-swinger. It goes onto the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed clear just onto the edge of the box. De Silva heads it back in. Patterson comes. He's absolutely nowhere near it.
He's flapped at that.
Wow. And it's just cleared by Sunderland.
Patterson.
He were nowhere near that. Yeah, De Silva just heads it back into the 6-yard box and
just back into the mix, weren't it?
He
and
jumps
then
out like with both hands up in air.
I don't know what's happened to Anthony Patterson, you know, because he used to be a real good prospect goalkeeper. He's built really well. He looks athletic, and he was certainly like 12 months ago really, really good. I know we were linked to Liverpool, weren't he, for ages?
We're linked to Liverpool,
keeper, like as an understudy to Alisson.
Yeah,
he has flapped this season. He has not looked great at all. It's not been his best year.
To be honest, though, there is time, and I'll give him his credit. There is times where you look at it and you think, that is that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
He's showing his potential still, and then there's this time he comes out and he's like Melier, and he's making daft mistakes, and see how he goes on in his career, like, but he's still only young, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
It's Coventry just with Bobby Thomas with the ball at the back, plays it out to Van Nieuwijk. And it comes over to Liam Kitchen, who goes long down the left-hand side, looking for De Silva, but it's headed clear by Trey Hume. And then played up over the top by Sunderland, but it goes out for a Coventry throw-in.
Really like Trey Hume. Mr. V says, you've got more numbers watching than Benjamin. But I don't know if we have, mate, but thank you. We must have done at some stage. I love Ben Bloom. Really good championship creator. Yeah. Sorry, mate, the fire alarm went off in the building, but everything is okay. Well, you'll be the man, won't you, Mr. Firefighter, Mr. V, spot on. Evening, gentlemen. I'm not too bothered about the result tonight. Maybe a couple of injuries on each side. Thomas Asante into the box. Radoni couldn't get it out of his feet, and it's cleared by Sunderland. Coventry try and get it back in. We won't say injuries. We'll say suspensions, Charlie. Ben says, evening, lads. Still buzzing after last night. Question for you both. Do you think if we go up, what positions and how many do you think we need to compete? Oh, Ben, I don't like it, mate. I don't like it. I'll let Jord answer if he wants.
Right back. Another centre half. I'm going to give Burrows a chance. So I'll say, but I think I'd want another backup left back, though, to be honest, if that's the case, for Burrows to challenge it out. So I'm not sure Sam McCallum would be a backup choice for me if he went up. We're a bit stacked in centre mid department, aren't we?
Yeah, we're all right there, I think.
Definitely a right winger. It depends what formation we play as well. I'm just going off a 4-2-3-1 here, not 4-4-2 last night. Definitely want a couple of strikers. I'm probably going to leave it at that to start with. A backup keeper as well.
Okay, cool.
So I don't even know how many I've just mentioned there, but quite a few.
We do need a lot of work, mate, to be fair.
Yeah.
Jamie was too funny, says Charlie. I know. He is. He's a funny guy. We aren't knowing it sometimes. Looking forward to Monday. I'll never feel comfortable, but this is better than going into the second leg 0-0. They have to attack us. Do I see more goals from us? 3-1 on the night. Up the Blades. Up the Ramble. Top man. Dublin Blade says, congrats, Jim. You didn't crash your site like last night. Hope George's not too tired after being kept up late by 90 after 90. Can't see George last washing that shirt. I know. He'll have to wash it himself, won't he?
Oh, dear. It'll get washed. It'll get washed. There's a gravy stain on it, so it'll definitely get washed.
Tom says, do you like put any food in your mouth, or does it all just go down your shirts? Like, is that how it goes in your house?
Down my shirt, because I have my plate that far away from it. It's probably resting on my belly, actually.
Tom says, feel you need a regular slot on the channel to earn a song. It's an honour, not an easily. Yes, well said, Tom. That's probably the best way to do it. That's probably the best way to say it.
I like that.
Up the UTM was up the Meldrew, not Marwood. Fair dues. We'll go with up the Marwood, though. Maury says, I'm hoping to get some players for a video on Ramble on the Road. I know, mate. And also hope to come into Triple Point in Selena to get a few predictions from fellow Ramblers. Yes, mate, we will be there.
I'll be there, mate. So I'll more than happily give you a prediction and score prediction.
Yeah. Keep the song, no remakes, says Daz.
I like it.
Michael says Chris Wilder keeps on playing Robinson and Brewster, where many Blade supporters question those two players' inclusion team more than any others. I think it means they will be offered contracts. I think you're probably right, Michael. I think you're probably right. Westwood says
Robinson's going to get one anyway, isn't he?
Well, he says that. He says that. I don't know whether it's just a little bit of Wilder voodoo. Are we due a new kit sponsor anytime soon? Hope we can get back to Adidas, which is the way we've got to say it now. We're owned by Americans.
I don't think next season. The next season, I think, is still going to be a rare.
Yes, the kit thing is with that we can't.
We couldn't just change now and let them know. It takes a long time for these things to be put into practice and for them to start getting things ready. So they need at least 6 months.
From what I understand, the kit sponsor, as in the like at the moment, it's Maneki. I think that's up for debate, depending on what division we're in. Yeah. Kirby sends a super chat. Thank you, pal. Hope you're well. One of our platinum ramblers. Appreciate that, mate. Hope you're good. Jimmy, glad to see you now looking relaxed compared to this time yesterday. I'm relaxed because I've just woken up, mate, to be honest. But yes, I am a lot more comfortable after the result last night. Sunderland, nice little bit of play. Down right hand side now with Pat.
Right hand side of De Silva. Tries to play it in. Good sliding tackle from De Silva. And Bobby Thomas just mops it up, kicks it up over the halfway line and gets rid of any danger.
Nice. I was next to Jamie Dumpling yesterday. I was like, Jamie.
I could hear him. On Ramblers Road, I could hear Maury's voice in the background.
Where's Bissett for Cov? I don't even think he's on bench, actually.
To be honest, the only thing...
No, he's not.
The only thing he's done this season is rile Ahmed Odzichuk and get him sent off. I think that's about it.
He got him a point at the CBS against us, didn't he? That's all he's done. Good spot, though, Nick. Good spot. Cooler King saying 2-1 Cov. Yeah, they do look slightly on top at the minute. Maury, what's your thoughts on other teams singing E-I-E-I-E-I-O, up the football? Here we go. I think it's up the football league. We go.
Yeah.
Prematurely. I think you just open your son up, don't you?
To be honest, it's a song, innit? And when the teams are doing well, it's what they sing. And then when it doesn't go well, it's people laugh at them for it. But yeah, it's a football song, and fair play if they're going to get behind the team and sing.
Too right. Jimmy and Jord, which team would you rather face at Wembley? It can be safe to say that no disrespect for Bristol City, but no team has beaten the Blades by 4 clear goals this season at the Lane. I'm not safe saying that we're there, Michael, but who would you prefer to face out of these two, Jord?
I'm going to say Coventry.
Yeah, I keep changing my mind, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be more comfortable playing them. I didn't massively feel comfortable twice that we played Sunderland. And especially when we went up there and we were making mistakes against them. Their pace, I think, causes us problems. And to be quite honest, you know what our fans are like. So whether we're going to sell out or not, I don't really fancy. If we're not selling out or something, I don't really fancy. Trying to take on nearly 40,000 Sunderland fans because they'll sell it out straight away and they'll be loud.
I'd not thought about that, Joe, but that's a fair point, mate. That is a fair point. They will sell it out. Scott says, any chance of Radoni signing in the summer? Do I yearly shop at the Rico? Not high, I wouldn't have thought.
Could you imagine if we did, though? We've already took Callaway, we've already took Gus, which they weren't happy about, and then take another one of the best players.
Batson comes and claims. Long throw. I think what a throw, I think. James says he drinks Moretti, he eats spaghetti. This is a family show. Nice, James. Nice. I'm up for stuff like that. Paul says, I prefer Andy Hinchcliffe as he sucked so much money out of Hillsborough and refused to cancel his contract. He wins by a nose. To be fair, I didn't realise that was the case, that he'd fallen out with Wednesday. Up the Blades.
I'm sure my dad said that Andy Hinchcliffe hardly played. He'd come for big money. I think he won about 40 grand a week at the time.
Was it from Everton?
Yeah. And they're a big signing for him, and I'm sure he played about 4 games and got injured, and I don't think he played again.
I know he's very anti-Sheffield United as well as Hinchcliffe, but if he's held them up for money, then he's all right with me. I'm a minute in front of you guys, says Ray. I don't know how, mate. Might be the stream that you get in, because me and Jord are watching in real time. High press from Cov there. They recover it, and they've just passed it straight back to Sunderland.
Yeah. Going off these first 13 and a half, 14 minutes, both teams look nervous. I think you can definitely see the nerves are there already in this game.
No, we talk about some random stuff here, but anyone have a clue how to work the sat-nav in a Focus Titanium? I'm using it for the first time tomorrow. No, mate, no. Apologies. Guinness tends to calm the nerves. That's probably what Jord's strategy was yesterday, to be fair.
I'm going to say I'm on soft drinks tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're having a couple of Guinness last night just to see if it'd help.
Sunderland keeper's awful, says Ray. Nothing wrong with it. I think he's putting a bit of timber, says Maury. Eki out Sal. Reese, the Bristol City fan. Oh, Bristol City fan. I thought you were a Sunderland fan. He subscribed to your channel and was at the game Lady Night. I know why you don't comment now. I know why you don't comment. All right, Bristol. So we're taking a Bristol City fan. Yeah, I'll gladly do that. Gladly do that. He's walking home if they do the unthinkable. But absolutely right, we will. Yeah, no problem, Aunt Sal. No worries. 2-0 nils, extra time, 4 red cards. That'll do nicely. Yeah, extra time would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. I know it's little margins in it when they've still got 11 days to recover, but we'll take it. Michael says Patterson has made a number of mistakes in the Sunderland goal that has cost Sunderland a number of points. He was a bright prospect not so long ago, but he has dropped his standards almost Melier-like. Tom says, evening Jimbo, great result last night for you boys. It certainly was. I want a right back, centre half, a few strikers, a backup keeper to competition for Harrison Burrows. Tom says, I already can't wait for all the transfer window content in the horizon. Last year and the winter were great. I do love a transfer window.
They are good. They are good because it's as well in Plat Group. There's a lot of players that get linked, so a lot of people get excited. It gets people talking.
Well, now we're going to be in with Consortium, Jord. There might be some exclusives.
And if you're not already subscribed to the Platinum side, to the Patreon, there is exclusives that you do get in there.
Jord's been working on his pitch. I love it. Well, mate.
I was shocking last night. I can't remember what you asked me. You asked me something. I can't remember what it were, and it were terrible.
I can't remember either because I didn't plan on asking you.
And I was just like, "You've caught me off guard there." So
what do you reckon? Because Jord, you've been a platinum ever since we opened it up, more or less. So I'm like, Jord, what do you reckon to it? Yeah, it's all right.
So I've upped my game tonight.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
Although this is on Behind The Ramble, I should have done it on main channel, but we've got to start somewhere, haven't we?
You're right, yeah. Little acorns, mate. Little acorns. Do you know, little funny thing is, and we're going off topic here, but it's not a Sheffield United match, is it, I suppose? So I'm trying to diversify the content on this second channel and just experimenting with a few little bits. So we've got The Hustle now as well, which is a show that we're going to transition away from football content altogether. Connor on as my first guest, which went down really well because we've got a lot of Leeds fans that are obviously aware of the channel and things like that. So I thought that'd be a nice little bridging episode into some different content. Yeah. We then got Ash on, who I think is absolutely incredible. Ash Tyson, one of my close mates, who has got an incredible story. And it's not like got the same numbers as Connor, which sort of dictates to me that like we may have a football-based audience here, which isn't a surprise.
Yeah.
And then I got some subs from that though, because obviously Ash has got over 100,000 followers on TikTok. Anyway, I put Jamie's Ramble on the Road up today, and initially I lost 2 subscribers. So I don't know whether those people that came over for like content like Ash, have subscribed and then jumped off when they saw Jamie Dumpling's face.
Yeah,
I have to shout out Jamie Dumpling.
Oh, Jamie.
We have got those back and more since. So he's done well for us, but it would just made me laugh that Jamie Dumpling's face comes on and people unsubscribe. I didn't know whether that were something that happens. Charlie says, hi, Jimmy, we should succeed. Should we succeed on Monday? All Ramblers should wear Ramble merch on the coach to Wembley. Love that idea.
I'd love to. I said last night on stream that I'm wearing that shirt for every game now.
Yes. Oh, mate, I'd rather you did that. If it's a lucky shirt, we're wearing everything that we've got that's lucky.
Yeah.
If you don't wash your pants between now and the final, I will not judge you, mate. I won't be sitting next to you, but I won't judge you.
I'm going to say I don't think many people will.
Yeah. Tom says, is Jamie going to say Oh wait, no OAPs on the bus. Potentially, mate. Potentially. But Jamie will have to show us his ID to get on the bus because there's no kids without an adult that are allowed on either. So
Bobby Thomas has it. He just plays it into the box. Sakamoto tries to get onto it. Yeah, Sunderland, they get a foul for it down in corner. It were a foul. He shoves him over.
Pete says I would start Monday with 11. The 11 on the pitch that finished up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Yeah, I think that's probably a decent shout as well. Seen on X that kit could be Umbro next season. Don't know how true it is, but I wouldn't mind that. I think we've another season with Area, to be honest. Then Warney says, I think we're better than we batter both of these. Oh, we are there. The train has been booked for Wembley. Mate, that is brave. That is brave. Michael says,
I like your confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Blade supporters will respond to what Wilder said in his post interview after the Bristol City match by him wanting a full Bramall Lane on Monday evening. I meant to talk about that on the countdown to kick-off. It's really tricky because it's a very, very expensive time of the season. We've all those of us that are able to and lucky enough to be able to have just renewed our season tickets. There were a lot of us that had already booked tickets at 180 quid for the player of the season, end of season do, which was brilliant and not, I'd do it again, but again, it's another huge expense.
Yeah.
There's general life that gets in the way. Not everybody's in full-time work and some people have families, some people can't. There's loads of reasons why people can't get to games. And now on the horizon is a Wembley trip, which in itself will be couple of £100 for a family to get there and get the tickets. So not as straight. I would love people to go and support the players. And I think they should if they can. But I don't think anybody should be like chastised if they choose not to. And sort of it's because we'd all want to be there if we could, but some people have difficult choices to make is all I'll probably say.
To be honest, I've seen as well today, there has been more sales. There is, because there's a lot of single seats now.
I think we'll get close to a sellout, Jord. I do, but I don't think it doesn't sit comfortably with me that people you should be backing the team, you should be doing it because people want to back the team. I don't think it's a lack of loyalty. I think it's sometimes you just have to make really difficult choices.
And no doubt, even if it doesn't sell out, the team, there's an absolute, like, what's the word I'm looking for? People are obsessed these days with attendances.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Instead of praising fans, that kind of that are going to games, people are just getting slated for it. There's empty seats. There's going to be empty seats, I think, at Bramall Lane. I can't see it where above the away end opens. I think we'll sell out the other area.
I do.
But I just don't think we'll sell out above the away end, so I don't think it'll end up getting opened. But yeah, it grinds them. It grates on me a bit, sorry. We are obsessed people are with attendances these days.
We'd all love to see a full Bramall Lane, wouldn't we? Every week? And the loud Bramall Lane. Those are the best atmospheres that we've been in when it's full and it's loud. But you can't be judging individuals on how.
That's one thing I'd never do. You never know anyone's circumstances, do you?
No, you don't. And I know nobody's targeted anyone individually. It's more a collective. Come on, let's all do it. But you've got to recognise the bigger picture. I think sometimes that not everybody can. I'm personally more confident against Sunderland, says Maury. Scrap that, Coventry, says within the same minute. Both sides will sell out easily, in my opinion, says the Saint. I think for Wembley it might be a different. I agree.
I agree.
I don't think you've got much to worry about, Maury, in my opinion, says Tom. It's always interesting to hear a neutral's point of view because we're panicking. And listen to a Radio 5 podcast. They suggested that speed and physicality is the most important thing in the Prem. I agree. Not not the most important thing, but it's such a huge thing now. You need players built like Vinny Souza all over the pitch to have a chance. They need to be athletes.
And then your wingers, how quick are they in Premiership though?
Oh mate,
crazy! Here comes Sunderland on a counter.
Nice turn.
It's Mayenda.
Over the halfway line.
Just get back. He's just on edge at box. He's turned into trouble. He's still got ball. He's had a shot and it just goes wide. That's great play.
He did really well there. Really well, Mayenda there.
Yeah,
It's a great bit of skill to just get away with it, to be honest. come away at first.
Committed men forward, didn't they, Coventry?
Yeah.
The ball got played into the box and it just got cleared out, and my ender picked it up inside his own half, just inside his own half, and had a run with it. And
he weren't that quick. He just looked after the ball well, didn't he?
He did. It stuck to his feet, didn't it? First real chance at game, that.
Mr. V says, I would prefer to play Coventry as I think it would be more free-flowing game, and the Hamer and O'Hare connection, it'll make Sophie and it will make Sophie and her brother cry. Okay, we'll see. I'll be getting together with probably Matt SB, sorry to disappoint, rather than Sophie SB. I know a lot of our subscribers want us to collaborate with Sophie, but Matt SB, top man, and we'll hopefully get together for some content if it is Coventry and it is Sheffield United. Stick a USB lead in your car and use Android Auto instead. Easier to work, says Maury. Don't know what you're talking about.
When someone asked about the Ford thing in the car.
All right, okay, cool. Yeah. One for Jord. Are you making any changes for Monday's team?
Yeah. I think Tyrese Campbell, I'd said it on stream, he looked like he started to flag a little bit. So I don't mind if we still stick with 4-4-2, I don't mind swapping him out for, I'm guessing it'll probably be Cannon. I'd like to see Andre Brooks start, I think, on that right-hand side instead of Brewster. And it's tough leaving Callum O'Hare out then.
It is tough, isn't it?
But I think that's where I'd go, and I'd quite happily have O'Hare come off at bench again for his energy in the last 25 minutes to half an hour. And I'd play Holding. Sorry, it's a Coventry chance here. Oh, it's a block.
Looked like it went out.
Oh, had you right? Flag's gone up. It's offside.
Oh.
And I'm always going to say this. I'd drop Jack Robinson for Rob Holding.
How dare you?
But yeah, we don't need many changes, but I just think.
Well, that's one.
It's harsh on Callaway, like I said. But, that's where I'd go. We'll do make any changes.
What has the boy got to do? I've given my team, actually. I don't know if I've got it on here.
If you've done countdown, I missed it earlier because I went in the shower. So
I'll tell you what, we'll do it. I'll get my team up and I'll do it. We'll do it at half time if you want, if we remember.
Yeah, no worries.
Do some comments. Right.
Have you got? Did you have your match bingo card for tonight?
I forgot to put it on.
That's disgusting. So here's me putting a match bingo card on. Main man is meant to be promoting it.
I know, yeah. Get your match bingo. How are you doing, Jordan? Mine's. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with my card tonight.
You haven't got any at the moment, have you? I don't think. I've got 3 at the moment. So for a line, I need at the moment, if it stops being an idiot, a penalty awarded to either team, and a corner for Sunderland, which has just been awarded. So
You need a pen from this corner, then, don't you?
I need a penalty from this corner for a line. As it stands, which would be for 25 quid.
Nice.
There's 44 players as well on it tonight. So decent.
Connor's obviously pushing it since I got him his sponsorship. I heard him last night.
Coventry win the battle there. And it's cleared up towards halfway.
I heard him and Joe, thick as thieves, last night on stream. Streaming at the same time as us, Jord.
I watched a bit of it earlier and I seen where they said that Callaway's goal were lucky, and then they saw replay. They did see the replay and go, "Oh wow! If he's meant that is unbelievable." It literally switches me in about 10 seconds.
Their knowledge is appalling, absolutely appalling. Both of them. How they've got successful channels, I've no idea. Blades versus Coventry in the final for me, says Fraser. I think Blades will win it in extra time. I hope you're right, pal. Charlie says if anyone has put timber on, it's Paddy Kenny. I thought he was great.
Timber on him, to be honest, hasn't he?
I thought he was great for the first 20 minutes in Bash Bash.
I tell you what, that save that he made from Coots.
He was class. In first half, he was really good, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it was second half, though. Coots had a shot from edge of box. He was curling it into the top corner. And I have never seen someone at that size that would make a save like that. It was going into the top corner and he just dived to his left-hand side.
I remember the save. I thought it was first half.
Unbelievable. A great save.
Already booked flights into Stansted and hotel at the airport for Wembley. Hope I've not jumped the gun. Have you got a link for your Radio Sheffield appearance? You can post in the group chat, says Ian. I don't think I have, but it'll be on BBC Sounds. I'll try and get it. At some stage, pal. Maury says, no disrespect to Cannon, Moore or Campbell. We need higher quality, in my opinion. Jimmy's asked Jord to sell platinum. I haven't. Can confirm I haven't, but I'm more than happy for him to do that if that's what he wants to do.
My fees will go up if that starts happening.
Crawley King says West Ham are releasing Fabianski, Cresswell, Kufal, and Danny Ings. Rate any of those? They're all better than what we've got, but
they're all old for me and injury prone.
And what? Sorry,
injury prone.
Injury prone. Fabianski is about what 34, 35. Cresswell's about 35.
Fabianski's older than that, isn't he?
I don't know much. He might be. Don't know much about Kufal. Danny Ings, I really rate. He's probably fair to say he's better than all our strikers, but he's never fit. Never fit. And he's obviously he's not going to have a contract at the moment, but he's on huge wages.
I think, to be honest, if he were fit, he'd be starting a lot more games for them.
Oh, my dad's a huge Danny Ings fan. He's been on about him for ages.
I've always liked him, but he's just, as he's got older, he's not as available.
Colchester could have had him if they'd listened to me back in the day, but there you go. And build a team around O'Hare and Gus in the Premier League, but in the Championship, build it around Peck and Arblaster. Interesting. What's going on in the game, says Jack? No idea, mate. We're not watching, really. No, we are.
There's not. Look, it's not. Like I said, both teams look nervous. There's not much to when this chance is coming is when we've actually, tried to commentate on it. But it's very scrappy just in middle of park. Both teams are losing ball cheaply, but there's good defending as well at the same time. Just as we speak, here comes Mayenda down the right hand side, taking on Jay De Silva. But De Silva gets back well the ball off him.
Good defending.
And Hadji Wright comes away with it down the left hand side. And it goes out for a Coventry throw in, and that's literally it. They are trying, but they're just cancelling each other out at the moment.
Michael says food review club's been in Triple Point recently having a sandwich. There you go, right. Triple Point on the map.
That's where Jamie Dumpling will be soon. He'll be on food review clubs.
Jamie Dumpling. What did you say, mate?
I said that's where Jamie Dumpling will be on food review clubs.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. 2 steps back, 3 steps forward. It's the long game. Absolutely right. He's a young lad learning the game. Sheila's Wheel says would think United would sell out for Wembley. Not sure about that.
Commentary. Van Newick plays a ball across the box. Onion heads it up in there, and it's cleared by Sunderland.
He gets some stick, Luke O'Nien. I don't mind him.
I don't. Do you know what? He's not. He's not the most talented player, is he? But his commitment is ridiculous. He gives 110% every game, and I don't mind it.
Completely agree, mate. Completely agree. Best thing I did was joining the Platinum Ramblers. Well worth it. Great chat, great content, and nice exclusives for us. So what are you waiting for? Come join us, says Dave Morwood. Oh, I like these. I like these pictures. When do we find out the ref for our game on Monday, says Maury? Don't know, mate. You're on the case. FX says the attendance argument is nonsense. Bournemouth are a consistent Premier League side and their ground holds 11,307. Laugh at that, EFL sides. Yeah, who's laughing? Bournemouth are laughing all the way to the bank, aren't they? Nige says, I'm one of them, Jimmy. Can't afford a season ticket at the minute. Got other priorities like my son and my unborn son. But I'll sacrifice my things before anything else. But I was there through the League One seasons, where it was very tough to watch, but doesn't make us any less supporters. It's an expensive do, like you say, pal. Everybody's got their own circumstances, mate. I completely agree. Just showing James Maddison in the crowd now. Ex-Coventry boy. I think he's a Cov fan, isn't
he? Yeah. I'm sure when he's played against them, don't they boo him, though? Some Coventry fans.
I don't know.
Unless it was someone else. I'm sure they don't mind Callum Wilson, but I swear they boo James Maddison when he's played against
Callum away, don't they? And they love Gus.
Yeah. Ball up at top here. I didn't see it where it went down. Wait, is that LaFay?
LaFay, yeah.
Yeah, it just went down in the box, but it's just a
It were after a red card. I think it was just outside, weren't it?
It was just outside. He slides into the box, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Van Newick just gets there.
It is a little nudge. It is a little nudge. Really need Ramble in the Prem next season. Nobody came close to your content. Oh, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Very kind of you to say. Jared says, evening lads, not sure if you've mentioned it yet, but would you prefer in the final if we get there? We keep changing our mind, Jazz, to be fair, mate. FX says, one of the reasons why beautiful downtown Bramall Lane seems quiet from the rest of the ground is the acoustics. If we ever redevelop the Cop, we need a ceiling that properly reflects out the sound generated. Interesting. I've not really had that argument mentioned before, but it does make sense. Neil says the ticket price for the playoffs are not set by the clubs, it's set by the EFL. The Blades wanted a cheaper price at the Lane, up the Ramble. Yeah, nobody's blaming Club, Neil. I think that's fair, and hopefully that's widely known.
Sakamoto with a cross in. Patson comes again. I thought we were going to claim it, but he doesn't. He sort of tips it out for
corner again. Russ says, I've not had a season ticket this season, been all but 3 home games as well. Prices have been between £30 and £40 all season. Just another game for me this season, but also see why people can't do it.
Yeah.
Morris says, Coventry poor in the box. Mike says, do you think Wilder will rest a few players on Monday? Maybe. I don't think he'll mess about with it too much, Mike.
I don't think he'll rest him. Campbell, like I said, might be one, but corner comes in. It's headed clear by Sunderland. Comes out to Sakamoto. He cuts in on his left foot, crosses it back towards the penalty spot, and Joe Bellingham ends it clear. But it comes to De Silva. Radoni on the left wing now plays a low ball in. Doesn't reach anyone. Mayenda comes away with it. And Isidore running clear.
Oh.
Yeah, Isidore running clear. He should have played it. And you just see Isidore actually throw his hands up in air and say, why haven't you played me through?
Matt Grimes lays it back to Ben Wilson. Good signing, Matt Grimes. I know we liked him. A lot of Blades liked him.
Yeah.
He's been a solid addition to them.
Him and Sheaves, the 2 good centre midfielders.
Yeah.
Really good.
If you're doing something with playoff team content creators, will you lip sync a song with them, please? God, don't care. God, don't care. Hamer, Brewster, Campbell, Robbo, Hamza out. BBD, Brooks, Cannon, Holding, Gilchrist in. I think we should start with the team that finished last night, says Neil. Somebody else has said that.
Yeah,
the bingo says, well, hope you do well, Jord, but not as well as me.
Listen, mate, you're the one who'll give me this microphone, so if you beat me, I'm more than happy.
You can consider that payment, can't you?
Yeah, it's payment. Well, he's won already, hasn't he? So if it's another payment, we'll just have a couple more, and I think it pays the mic off, doesn't it?
Saeed, welcome, pal. Hi, lads. Where can I watch in Latin America? Well, you're watching us now, so that's good enough for me. But if you mean the actual game, I don't know what the TV arrangements are where you are, pal, I'm afraid. Long throw into the box, cleared by Sunderland. Oh, Grimes with a lovely technique volley to keep it down, but it just goes over the bar. Really difficult technique, that, to be fair. And he does really well to make a good connection with it. It's just too high.
But
too high. Still up for me yet, says Charlie. Who's Goodman biased towards tonight then? It's Andy Hinchcliffe tonight on comms.
Yeah, I think Goodman's been sacked for tonight.
Yeah. Getting a bit aggressive. This can see a red coming, says Nige. Ben says, I reckon Brooks, Tom Davis and O'Hare start on Monday.
Yeah, do you know, I forgot about Tom Davis. Yeah, I was quite happy with it. Like I said, I like him. If he stays fit, he's a really, really good addition to the squad.
He is.
It's just keeping him fit.
Jamie Dumpling said that. I don't know whether I cut it out, whether he was swearing over the top of it when he said it, but he was saying he could be a real player for us if he stays fit.
He's still only young, isn't he? What is it, 27, 26, 27?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think he's not old anyway.
Ings' legs had gone by the time he left the Villa, says Cooler King. And that was over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Levels, though, Cooler King. He might not have been good enough for the Villa, but that don't mean he wouldn't do a decent job for Sheffield United up front. You know, it's one of them things. I don't think we should go for him particularly now.
To be honest, what is he going to be on? He's going to likely be on 90 to 120k a week.
We're over 100 grand a week at West Ham.
He's over 100 grand a week. There's no way. We're going
like Leeds might
to offer him 40 grand a week or something, aren't we? And he's not going to accept it.
I think we'll go higher than that this time, but we won't be them. It's sort of wages. I think Leeds might take a punt on somebody like that on a free.
I think they'll get better, if I'm honest.
Gone early, I know, but booked flights, says Sky, Inverness to Luton on Friday before Cov and Sunderland had decided. Any Blades staying in Luton Friday, Saturday? Happy to meet up for a few beers Friday, Saturday, and hangover cure on Sunday morning. Love that. We'll get something arranged, Sky, close to the time, I'm sure. John Garrett reckons the Cop can't easily be changed. It's basically a pile of stones. It'll take a lot of money and a lot of time.
I've heard him say that before, but it is doable. But
LMC 2020 says whichever you get in the final, you'll beat them at 100. Think we're going to see a red in this game, says Ian, agreeing with earlier comment. James says, scrappy game this, considering switching it off. Boring for the neutral. We beat either of these teams. That's confidence, mate. That is confidence. Neil says the sound and the Big Bash sounded very good on the John Street with the Cop empty. I would say equal, if not a bit better than a league game. It was very good. Very good. Jimmy, welcome to the Premier League. Definitely going up. FX says, coming over Monday, and I've booked flights from Copenhagen into London for the final. Come on, lads, we ain't losing 4-0.
Nice.
Up the blaze, up all the rambles.
We've got a corner to call.
My dad's been looking again at flights back from Italy.
Definitely looks good, doesn't he? Definitely.
Yeah.
So it's a corner to carve. There's 3 Coventry players lining up at back stick. They've obviously planned this one. We'll just see how this goes. It's an in-swinger from Radone. And the referee gives a foul for a push.
Ridiculous. Darby says, I think the referee for Monday's game is Peter Banks.
Oh.
Yeah. Russ North. I don't follow referees in that regard, so I don't
know
know
who it is. I'm sure Peter Banks. He's got short hair, but it's like, Sven-Goran Eriksson cut. Like where it's like recedes here, but he's got a little bit down middle.
Oh, like a tuft.
Like when he first joined England, I mean.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure it's like more like a shave like that. If I'm thinking it right person, it's like black hair, I think. Yeah. He's not very good. I don't like him.
Michael Keane's out of contract at Everton. Would you take a punt on him, guys? I would personally. I think we need some experience in the squad and at the back. I know others aren't as keen and think we need better, but I think he's better than what we've got. If I'm honest, Matt Grimes has just given a free kick away in a dangerous area for Sunderland. I'd
be happy with Michael Keane. I think he adds better than what we've got on that side.
I agree.
Keeping an L, him and an L would be all right.
Yeah. Good evening, fine gentlemen. What a mood we're in. Hope you're both well. Up the man on the mic. Up the blades. Up the ramble. Up the David Morwood. Up the positive Meldrew. He's going for there. They're both poo, says LUFC 2020. Also seen online that they're appealing Dickie's red card yesterday. If that gets overturned, game's gone.
They're going to appeal it, aren't they?
They've got to appeal it, but
you said it on stream, didn't you? They'll more than likely appeal that because they've not to lose. He's just going to be banned for next season. Then, if he gets an extra game on top of that, it's a quick free kick. It's short. It's a shot from Sunderland. It's blocked by.
Well worked. That
comes back out to Roberts. He tries to play it in behind. It's just defended, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Well done. Scott says, I'm not too convinced by these two teams. Obviously feeling each other out, but on our day, and especially second half last night, we should beat these. Sheila's Wheels says, what's the chances of getting Holding permanently? I would love Rob Holding on a permanent deal.
Yeah.
And I think he's gettable. But if you're Rob Holding and you've been out of the team for the majority of the half season that he's been here, why would he come back?
Well, if you have a little word with him.
It's not me. He's not my mate. I wish he was my mate.
No, I'm not saying, but I remember at the awards, question was asked, and I know they're not going to tell you what they want to do because they're not going to say they're not going to say yeah or no. But he's not from far away from Sheffield.
No, he said that to us.
He did say that he likes it here because it's not. His dad can come and watch games again. While he's playing, his family can come and watch him. So I don't think he'd be against it, but I think he would want more game time.
Yeah, agreed. That just depends if we end up selling Jack Robinson for 20 million. It's summer, doesn't it, I suppose. FX says, had to laugh. Brizzle's CEO on the red card appeal said, to be fair, we'd scream for a red card if it was the other way. Exactly right. Do you think it gets overturned, says Mark Meldrew? No.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
No, if you're looking at letters at law, by the letters of the law, he's done exactly what it said. The referee's done exactly what the letters of the law says. So how can you overturn that?
Keane Holding Suter if an L goes.
It's a stupid free kick to get away from Sunderland here. Isidore just on right hand side at box. So it's a chance for Coventry to get probably Radone in to swing it towards penalty spot.
Yeah, it's a daft challenge that.
Yeah, it is. It weren't going anywhere.
There would be good signings, FX, but they're not going to be happy to be left out, are they? So they're not going to come if they're not guaranteed. I don't think any of them really.
That Suter though, he's going to be out until I reckon earliest October, and then he's got to get fit after that. So It's a big injury. So for me, it's a no with him just purely because he's going to be out for a long time and he's going to take a while to get back up to speed.
Matt says, don't fear either of these. Think Bristol would by far the worst draw for us. It's time to make Blades history. Up the Blades, up the Ramble.
It's curled into the penalty spot. It's Adji Wright and gets his head on it and it goes over the bar.
John Joe Kenny was heavily rumoured in January. We tend to keep our targets the same. He's free and an experienced player. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if John Joe Kenny came in. I'm fully expecting Jimmy Dunn to come in as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, wouldn't be surprised at all for those two. Shout out to the Mississippi Blades. Absolutely right. We have got a bit of a Ramble footprint in America. It has to be said. Shout out to Joe, my boy Joe, who's a Platinum Rambler. Obviously, Michael Needham is in the Big Apple at the minute. Maybe looking at, as we become more of a presence in America, is there any interest in like a supporters group or something that we can do over there, or some specialised content maybe? Mr. V says, I don't agree with the acoustic excuse for the lack of noise at Bramall Lane. Ask Ian and David and myself and Andy the Blade, who attended matches in the early 70s, and after a new stand was built, it was deafening. There we go. If we go, Robbo probably will still be playing centre half for us. Not if Man City have found out about him. George's cousin on X musing about that lot, signing Danny Ings.
Yeah, I'd seen that. I think
that's what he said.
I think he's just saying, would you take him? But some fans did. Some fans did say the same as what we've said.
George, I rate your James's opinions. I know he's a Wednesday night. I think he knows his stuff and he's a clever lad. He's either dreaming or he's engagement farming. One of the two. Because
I believe it's the second thing that you said, because I don't think he's that daft.
Surely not.
Surely not. He's not that daft.
I know the blue half can get to people's heads and make them daft, but that is crazy. It's on clubs regarding cash, Jimmy. Most clubs will want to pull the pants down of promoted teams. Holding Suter, Burrows and Dunn. If we do that, what a back line, says Matt. I would love that as a back line. Absolutely love that. Ings back to Burnley and the cop gets a new roof. We'll do the ground development that's on YouTube and makes the old girl look even more beautiful, says Neil. Half time. In this.
Great first half, that.
I know.
Yeah, it weren't brilliant, were it?
Weren't great, mate. These two look poor. Bristol gave us more of a contest when they were at 10 men. Matt says, if we go up, we need pacey defenders in the Prem. I think it killed us last time with Snails at the back and got ripped to pieces. Cooler King says there are two lists of targets, one if you go up and one if you don't. Yes, there are.
Yeah.
There are, 100%. I can confirm that, actually. I don't know whether... It's widely known that that's usually the case, but I know for a fact that is
I'm going to say they're not just thinking about it now, are they? As soon as January were finished, they'll have been talking about...
They've been working on it for months. Not just transfer targets, sponsorships, all sorts of deals throughout the club. There's so much to think about. Being in limbo between divisions, it's a lot of work behind the scenes. Yeah. So, there are also obviously players that fall between the cracks of both categories. Jimmy Dunn, I think, comes whatever happens. That's not something I know for sure, but I've had it on strong authority that he's
a rated defender in it as well. So it's like if we can get in there early, like trying to sign him in January, it didn't come off. So it's if we can get an agreement in with him early, like we were on about with Coventry with Radoni, they got in there early. We're going to have got in there early. We've done, haven't we? And it's going to be a good signing for us, no matter what division we're in.
Done deal. Dublin Blade says, if you're trying to watch them Blades in America, it's on Paramount or Paramount Plus. Unless cough, a stream. Nice one, Dublin Blade. Thank you for that, mate. Robbo surely wouldn't be Wilder's first choice. Sheila, he has been for most of the season. Unbelievably so. I love the man, but I do not understand it. Maury says Mr. V should do a Ramble watch along for home games. Our Vancouver Blade. A Ramble watch along for home games. Oh, as in, all right, yeah. I understand what you're saying now, Maury. In fact, we've floated the idea. Maybe if Man Mountain can't make the game on Monday, maybe he could do a watch along on the Ramble. But we'll see. That's only in its early days of planning, because he's going to do everything he can to get there, I'm sure. It just might not be possible for him. Mark Meldrew says both these sides are feeling each other out at the minute. Cov look the more likely currently. I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Mitch says, imagine if we went up and Wilder still had Robbo and Anel as our saviours at the back, don't Mitch? Don't.
Well, we won't concede 104 this time. We'd probably concede 144, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would. Mark says, more chance of that lot signing microwave pings than Danny Ings.
I like that one.
It doesn't even work, but I'll take it.
It rhymes.
It rhymes. That's about it. FX says, Mr. V, it's deafening in the cop, but the rest of the ground really doesn't hear it so much. Been going since 1917. I hear the difference. Fair dues. Yes, Mr. V, we've raised the cop roof at home games. Ricky from Just United says, got room for a third. I hope you're both good. Cov looking tasty this game. They are looking good. Listen, three's a crowd, I've heard. Unless you hit 3 Mighty Blades, Rick. Unless you hit 3 Mighty Blades. Jack says, a tuft or possibly a hair island. Is he on about the ideas?
Yeah, it's the referee.
Yeah. Dublin Blade says, he must be daft, Jord. He follows the dark side. He must be daft, mate. I agree. Let's hope Coventry get beat. Can't stand their fans, says Martin, going personal on a group of players. A group of people. Danny Ings seems... has Wrexham written all over it.
They're saying that they're getting linked with Bleeding Vardy, but
yeah, they are.
Like he might go to America. So
past their prime, high wage strikers have always got Wrexham written all over it. James says, I wouldn't sign Holding. Not been convinced by him yet and think he's likely to be injured or minutes being managed a lot. Not the right type of signing for us. There's better out there. Disagree, but that's what we're here for, innit? So interesting take. I think you'll be in the minority, James, if I'm honest, but I know you look a little bit deeper at some things as well. So fair play. Anybody mention Vinny Souza's attempt at Andrea Brooks' celebration last night? That was absolutely incredible. We mentioned it on stream last night. We mentioned it again on 90 after 90. I don't think we mentioned it today, but that was brilliant. Absolutely. And for those that thought it were a serious attempt at a somersault, give your heads a wobble.
It was more like do you remember Chef Kikuchi that did play for Pigs when he used to do his dive when he scored?
Yes, I do.
It was more like that, like he were doing that next to Andrea Brooks. It was brilliant, honestly.
So Andrea Brooks has got, for those that aren't aware, he's got an elaborate celebration, which we've seen before. It's a springboard into a backflip, a back somersault, and he's done it every time he scored this season. And Vinny knew it would come in after he scored. So he wanted to do it. He pretended to do it in sync with him and just sort of threw himself backwards onto the ground. It was really funny. It was funny. You had to be there. Darby says, at the Player of the Year dinner on Sunday, Chowdhury said he was being signed permanently. Asked Holding, and he didn't know. Interesting. COH Sports, something to do with Cleveland Cavaliers. I will find out, Maury. I will find out with my new contact. I ain't got a contact yet. That's just me sort of buzzing about. Last night, I heard very good sources. Jimmy Dunn is done, guys. There you go. Matt's in the know as well. Tadsy says, well, that was 45 minutes of my life wasted. Not with us, mate, I hope. I hope you mean watching the game and not with us, but there you go. Scott says, interested in where we go regarding next season's kit. The current deal is due to run out soon, and it was a United World package deal, I believe. Would love an Umbro kit and can see a betting sponsor on the front. Is this the second year of Aria?
Third, I think.
Is it?
I think so. I think it, like I was saying, so it were part of a United World deal. They didn't leave, did they, until December? Start of December?
Yeah, January. We're all done towards end of January, weren't it?
Usually in about January time is when they'll start talking about new kit designs and all stuff like that. So it'd be for the Americans to come in and then change the kit supplier. We'd be like we were in COVID, but where they were struggling to get kits over and stuff like that. It won't be possible. So really, we have no choice but to stay with Aria, and then make a decision later down the line and sort out a new kit supplier next season if we choose so.
Possibly, mate. Possibly. Toddy says, surely we need better than Robbo and Anel for the Prem if we do get there, especially after them records they broke. I still think it's 50-50 that we keep Anel even if we go up. And surely we don't keep Jack Robinson, but who knows? I think
surely we get Anel to sign a new contract. He'll be offered better terms.
He will.
Best contract he's had of his career at the time. And I think he'll sign it.
Is the demand there for Anel that it was 2 years ago, really? I'm not sure he's quite the prospect that he once was, maybe.
No.
I may be wrong there, but we've got the same problem with Solomon, 20 million. But if the Italians go for him, it could price us out. Yeah. I think Leeds will go big this year, but there will always be teams that can price you out.
Yeah.
Charlie says, US is the market. I gave the local kids a 5-pledge shirt if they promise to support us, and Mexico. Nice one, mate. Mitch says, I don't think we can see 104 or whatever it was. I think it'd be more like 100 due to Super Cooper in there. Absolutely right.
Fair enough.
Matthew says, it's exciting, Jimmy, with your American friend. Last night saying if we go up, the owners are going to go for it. Absolutely right, it is. Playing Robbo 90 minutes on Monday, so he's too tired for the finals. It's Bobby.
He's got 11 days rest, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. The trouble is how much do the Blades need to spend to give us a chance of staying up? Truth is, at best, the maximum spend is 60 mil for all 3 new teams, according to Simon Jordan. No, we'll spend more than that, I think.
I'm going to say
we'll spend more than that.
Isn't that roughly what we spent other season?
Yeah.
You know, give or take, but...
Yeah, I think we'll spend a lot more than that, if I'm honest. James says, I'd also love a retro sponsor on the shirt.
I love the Labour sponsor, me.
Yeah, Labour.
The Labour sponsor is like one of the best, and it'd be brilliant if we could get that back.
These two aren't on your level, says Liam. Boring game so far. Westwood says, I'd get Tanganga if we go up. Tanganga, I think, sometimes flats to deceive. I think he's a very good player, and I would certainly have him at United, but I won't be paying big money for him.
No, and I think they'll want that, won't they?
Yeah, they will. All right, play Robbo in all academy games for the rest of the season to get him too tired. Yeah, we'll go for that. We'll go for that, Bobby. We were just talking briefly about what my team would be. I mentioned this on Countdown to Kick Off. This is the team I would go with against Bristol. And look, I'm up for being interchangeable with any of these, if I'm honest. I don't think you waver from Cooper in goal. I know there's a small risk that he gets injured, but this is still a playoff game. We can't forget that. It can't be complete changes. I don't think Gilchrist is too much of a drop-off from Chowdhury. So I would like to see Alfie Gilchrist get some minutes personally. Yeah. I think he's a good defender, really solid. Rob Holding and Anel, I think, are the best 2 defenders at the club. That's no slight on Jackie Robinson. I think he had a good game the other night, as did the whole team, to be honest. But I think Jack Robinson will play at Wembley. So playing these two just makes us solid. I'm a lot more comfortable with these two at the back together, personally. Burrows has got long enough of a rest between now and the final. I think Sam McCallum probably comes on for him, but I think there is a big drop-off when McCallum's playing instead of Burrows. So that's why I'm sticking with Burrows in the first 11. Similar in the middle. I don't want to change too much. Tom Davis could come in and I won't be too upset, but Sidney Peck and Vinny Souza got, again, a long rest before the final. I wouldn't expect Sidney Peck to play the full game, but I want him in the side. Ben Brereton Diaz comes in as the only sort of flush change in terms of he's going to be my change no matter what. I'm not really arguing this one, unless he's not fit, obviously, but I want Gus to be on the bench. Rather than out of the squad completely, I'd still have him on the bench just in case. If Bristol City get an early goal, it could be a little bit nervy on the night. Brereton Diaz isn't a huge drop-off. A very good championship player. His numbers are very good, and he's most comfortable coming off the left. Ryan Brewster did very well, but so did Andre Brooks. I think Andre Brooks has earned a start and could potentially push his way in for a start in the final if he reproduces the sort of form we've seen in recent games. Callum O'Hare falls into that category and more some because he's just been incredible recently, I think, and very, very unlucky to be out of the side. I think you can afford to rest Tyrese Campbell here and put Callum O'Hare in behind Kiefer Moore, who holds the ball up really well. I think when the game is stretched and Bristol City are trying to come on to us, he will hold the ball up well. It'll stick. And I think that's the way to go, personally. I wouldn't have been against Tom Cannon playing, but I think he's struggled as a lone striker. I think Kiefer Moore's better in a 2, but I do think he gives us something different, and I'd like to rest Tyrese Campbell if we can and have him absolutely fit and firing for Wembley if we are to make it there. So that is my team. That's my team, George.
I'm not so sure we're going to play a 4-2-3-1. I know we switched to it last night after 65 minutes.
You think go 4-4-2?
I think we stick with that because we look, don't get me wrong, we look good in a 4-2-3-1 when they had 10 men. I said to you that I felt like when we played the 4-2-3-1 at Bramall Lane, they always seemed to have an extra player in midfield. We looked overrun. And in the 4-4-2 last night, it was still sort of happening slightly. When they went down to 10 men, but they weren't that extra player in midfield. And we looked all right. We looked pretty good in the 4-2-3-1. But I think with 11 men on the field, I'd prefer a 4-4-2.
For a 4-4-2, takes your midfield man further out of the middle.
It does, but I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard.
I think the system, what Wilder said about it was, we chose to go over the top. rather than
Yeah,
a lot
true.
more, rather than through, which they prefer us to try and go through them. We went over the top, which is why when we had 2, we were a little bit more potent at the top of the pitch. So,
Yeah.
and it worked for us against Bristol City, and maybe that's why we go with it. I think it's harsh on Callum O'Hare.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
But it might be a rinse and repeat in terms of tire them out, get them running around because they are going to come and give everything. And then on 60 minutes, you bring Callum O'Hare on, who's an absolute Duracell bunny, like we all call him.
Yeah.
He has bags of energy, never stops running, presses them really well.
Yeah.
And maybe, unfortunately, just for these couple of games, he's a bit of a super sub for us. Maybe that's the way we do it. So I'm not against that, Jord. There'll be loads of different opinions on it, and I understand it. It's what we're about in it. So
yeah.
Sometimes
you can think too tactical as well, can't you? And at the end
you
of the day,
can overthink it.
Wilder got it right, didn't he, last night? And we were questioning certain people being in the team. He got it right, and I'm sure he'll get it right on Monday night as well.
Absolutely right, mate. Dublin Blade says, people bang on about attendance. I would have to take 2 days off work to get to Monday's match. So I have to manage my games and have to miss both Manchester teams at home. Otherwise, it's costing hundreds. Absolutely right, mate. One of the investors, Steve Rosen, made his money in steel, I believe. I think that's a good sign. Only time will tell, though, says Ben. Russ Norton says, I used to work for the academy as a physio, covered quite a few games with Arblaster when he was about 14, 15. Wouldn't have said that he'd have been our captain. I'm a better physio than a scout, it seems. Jack Lester was also the academy manager, scary man. I've heard similar, to be honest. He's quite the disciplinarian, I suppose is the word. Canters turn your house into a home, says Charlie. Okay, mate. Maury says, I think Bristol City without Rob Dickey, Mark Sykes look less threatening. And also, we're talking to a few Bristol fans. They said the strikers can't score. They only score from set piece play. Interesting. Sorry, Jimmy, but after Cooper allowed that shot from Williams to hit the bar, you have to drop him. I agree, David. I need to have a word with myself. Get Adam Davies in. Bring back Wes. That's what I say. Lewis says, see the logic in this lineup, Jimmy. I've been going over it in my head today, and I think this is a good balance. Light rotation, but a team that should get the job done. I think so. You look at the 11 and you're confident in it. I am anyway. I think it's good enough to not get beat by 3, put it that way, because that's all we need to do, unfortunately. I think he could beat Bristol City, that team. What happened to Saki? He's been out of the picture for a bit now. Don't know is the honest answer. It was at the Player of the Year do. But out of the squad yesterday, as was Brereton Diaz. So interesting. Hey, Jimmy, beat you and make the final, says Nick. All right. Joking. All the best at Wembley, marching on together.
Do you think we've missed Raksaki going back to that comment?
No.
I don't either. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind him coming off at bench, but as a starter, I don't think we've missed him. So
I think he's a luxury player, Jord. I've said it most of the season, and I don't think we can carry luxury players.
No.
We need 11 grafters.
Yeah.
To give us the best possible chance. I'd rather have a player like a Tommy Doyle in there than a flair player like Raksa. Because we've got flair players, and O'Hare is the perfect balance between an absolute grafter and somebody who can produce something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas Raksaki don't give you that. He gives you the flair, but he doesn't give you the graft.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
You don't have so many flair players in your team, otherwise you get a little bit unbalanced.
And I think that's where, as well, people were saying Gilchrist seems to drop off in form after a great start. I think it didn't help that Raksaki were playing down that right, and he didn't get his name Jezra and no track back here for a reason, because he didn't get back and it didn't help him, and teams were just they picked up on that, and then they were overloaded on that side against Gilchrist.
Yeah,
and it weren't helping his drop off in form. Then you know what I mean. So I felt sorry for Gilchrist at that point, and then he got obviously chucked out of the team for 4 games, didn't he? So without sounding too harsh, I think Raksaki had a bit of a part to play in that as well.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just going to try and alter this so it's a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah, so we have kicked off anyway.
We have kicked off. Second half's underway. Yeah. I'm only 2 seconds behind now. That's good. I'm all right with that. Wilder might play.
Wins ball.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, and he now loses it as well. I thought we were going to come forward then and play Isidore, but he didn't.
Yeah, good tackle, Bobby Thomas. Mardo might play a flat three in midfield on Monday, says James. Maybe. I can't. I think it's unlikely, but he could. I don't get hung up on team shape. Drop different players into any shape, and it plays it differently. Depends on what players you plug in. I think there's an argument to say we haven't played players in their historically strongest positions for a large amount of the season. Alfie Gilchrist will tell you as a centre back. Ryan Brewster's not a right winger. Gus Amer's the glaring example, obviously. We played Gus Amer in the 10. We've played, Brewster in the 10. There's other players that are an example of this. I can't think off the top of my head, but we don't always. Hamza Chowdhury, he's a centre midfielder by trade, but been playing right back. So, yeah. Chris says Kessler Hayden, Tommy Doyle, Carter Vickers. I would look at it. Carter Vickers?
Not bothered over him. Carter Vickers. But Kessler Hayden, I really like looking at him. And Tommy Doyle, absolutely. I'd have him back in an heartbeat.
Yeah, agreed. Agree with those two. To be the flavour of the month, says Russ. I like Sakamoto. They all seem hard-working. I think we're talking about some of the Asian imports now. Same can't be said for Hatsuse. Okay. Can't say I know 2 minutes. Get your clock ready. Says it. That's what I was doing, mate. That's why I sort of was not as engaged as I could have been. Let's get Simonson back in case it goes to pens.
Don't remind me of that. You know what best thing word about that one for me is I missed that final because ages back before that I'd organised a Butlins weekender in Skegness. So they were literally me, the only United fan in sports bar with about another 10, 11 Wednesday fans. And Simonson hit that penalty and my head just slumped on bar. I were absolutely gutted, and then you can imagine it were getting rubbed in my face.
You're surrounded by Wednesdayites though, aren't you? You have all your life been, because you're at Wednesday half at City, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I've lived at Wisewood, so I've got a lot of friends that are Wednesday fans, so it's
well, Mrs. is a Wednesday fan, isn't she? So it's
yeah. Unfortunately,
yeah.
The silver we are dancing, Ronnie plays it into the box. Oh, bit scrappy again. It just comes out and Sunderland clear it. But here comes Radoni. Sunderland are really, really sat deep here. They've got every man behind the ball.
They look really nervous, Sunderland.
Yeah. De Silva whips a ball in. It's a great ball into the penalty spot.
Oh.
Santi wins the header. Goes over the bar.
Smallest man on pitch wins header. It's never a good sign. Mr. V says, I never want Callum O'Hare to be tagged as a super sub. His energy doesn't diminish from the opening whistle to the final whistle. He simply has to start. I know, Mr. V, I know exactly what it's. I would play him, as you can see from my lineup. But I'm just talking about he may be the odd man out here because of the system that Wilder thinks most benefits us against this Bristol City team, this 3-4-3 that they play. So I think it's really harsh on Cal to be left out. But
if we play 4-2-3-1, he has to start.
Yeah, 100%. He does.
I just think he might miss out if we play 4-4-2.
Disciplinarian, yes, absolutely mental, also true. Wow. Can't fault what he's done for us. That's Jack Lester, by the way. Going to start calling Raksaki a wheelbarrow. Okay. Ben says, we will have any restrictions. Will we have any restrictions with PSR if we go up? I don't think Sheffield United have got to worry about PSR, pal. Hopefully we don't have to sell to buy, if you get what I mean. No, we won't, pal. We're not in that sort of territory.
Only happens out with Villa and that.
Yeah, and Forest.
Big money, aren't they? So you have to be careful.
Matt says, maybe going back to that comment, maybe Wilder does not trust him defensively. Raksaki, yeah, possibly, if that's what you're on about. Jimmy, the reference to Contos were that they were a shirt sponsor in the late 80s, I think. Thank you, Neil. I'm only a nipper, Anna. Used to sponsor us before you were born, Jim. Thank you, mate. Yeah, that's right. I'm only 21. LFC 1920 says, feeling hates game tonight. It's going to be 0-0. This game tonight's going to be 0-0. It's boring. Dublin Blade says, Kansas were an old shirt sponsor, Jim. I think back in the old 3rd or 4th division days. I took Jack Lester to Grimsby Town to play for them in a car full of blades. Jack Lester included. Jezrin, no track backy is class. First time I've heard that. In fact, I should be doing a shirt of that, shouldn't I? With a little copyright logo on it. That could be some merch. Cheers, no track back here. Diaz is wasted on the right, says Lewis. Should play on the left or up the middle. But the problem is we have Gus and a million strikers.
It's had you right. Oh, he tried having a run at Trey Hume, and I think Robertson gets back well and intercepts it. Trey Hume tries to clear it down line. It doesn't go very far. Redone, great sliding tackle from Patrick
goal
Roberts.
kick. That's a good call from ref. It is a goal kick. Personally, I think Wilder will go with the same 11 apart from Hamer and Campbell. Bigged up the narrative of nothing being done too much to rest more than a couple. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be unhappy with that, Jared, either. Campbell and Hamer being rested. Campbell looks tired. Hamer is special and needs to be special in the final. I'm a blade on Cross, says Paul. There you go.
So am I.
Mogga says, the quality of content is so good. Buzzing for Wilder yesterday. Thank you, mate. Buzzing for Wilder yesterday. Wanting to do so well. No one should have done better for us this season. No one could have done better for us this season. Completely agree.
So as you're right in behind. Oh, it's another. Do you know what? It's another.
That's right. Him again.
By Trey Hume.
He's some player. He's really come on this season.
I really, really like him.
I won't mind him, you know. I won't mind him if we do it.
I think he would cost a fair bit of money. But if we did sign him, like I'd be very happy. It's important. Going into Coventry though.
DT says, okay, is the quandary. You have Hamer who can play with Brewster, who links up incredibly well with Campbell. You then have to play Sousa. If you bring in O'Hare, you break up that link to Campbell, but increase Hamer's efficiency.
It's an out swinger by Grimes. Referee stops players. I think it's Bobby Thomas who's gone down in box.
Here's the quandary. You have Hamer who can play with Brewster, who links up incredibly well with Campbell. You then have to play Sousa. If you bring in O'Hare, you break up that link to Campbell, but increase Hamer's efficiency. The one thing I will say about Hamer is, firstly, he can play with anyone, DT. We saw yesterday he played through Burrows with a little reverse pass, and he can play with anybody. But I think Hamer's best... Oh, it's up well over the bar from Cov. Best interplay is with Callum O'Hare anyway. So I would... If there's a chance of playing O'Hare and Hamer together, then that's the way to go. I think that's why Wilder likes it so much. When we play the 4-2-3-1 and O'Hare's in the 10, Hamer's on the left, that's so they can both play together.
You find them looking for each other a lot, don't you, as well?
Yeah, you do.
Up. And that's obviously from the Coventry days.
Cantos turn your house into a home was the jingle on the old Radio Hallam. Interesting. Mitch says, have this end 0-0 in the second leg. Whoever wins just scrape into the final while we're firing on all cylinders. Hamer's good enough without anyone, whereas Campbell needs Brewster, I feel, says DT. Maybe they do play well together, Brewster and Campbell. Parson cross blades, ole, ole, says Maury. Jord, my ex and all her family were all pigs from Wisewood. I sympathise with you, pal.
Cheers, mate.
Russ says Wilder, when he came in 2016 season, he made a massive point of round pegs in round holes with players when he came in. This time he'll put them wherever he fancies. Yeah, he does. Colour King says, I know it was against 10 men last night, but I still think the Blades have much more of a cutting edge than the three other playoff sides. Cov waste a lot of chances. Sunderland hardly create any. Charlie says, High Stars School, Jack and Kyle. Don't know what that's in reference to, pal, to be honest. Jimmy, on this, it's your promotion. You've got nothing to worry about, pal. Oh, you're right, mate. Westwood says, do you think the new owners will...
They're confident for us, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you think the new owners will bring in naming rights for the lane? I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me, if I'm honest, Westwood.
But do you know what? As long as it's still called Bramall Lane, even if it's bringing in money,
yeah,
that helps us, let's say, towards team. I don't know what you could call it. If you just, let's just say, if
it's Bramall Lane brought to you by Hooters.
But, let's say, I'm just throwing a name out called Blade Ramble Bramall Lane.
Oh, now that's got a nice ring to it.
But do you know what I mean? Say if someone paid £5 million for that,
beautiful downtown Ramble Lane, love it.
But if someone paid £5 million for that per season,
yeah, we can't.
As long as we don't take Bramall Lane out, and I don't think we should be too fussed. As long as it's helping team.
Both teams are awful this game. I think you lot will go up. DT says, yeah, that's what I'm saying, mate. O'Hare and Hamer play great together.
But tries to cross it. It's a corner.
Out Brewster, who Campbell needs. Yeah, interesting. I get it now. Met a lady called Andrea today. I called her Andrea to keep the balance. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Keep the balance in the world. Sunderland look the weaker team here. I thought the same, Johnny.
Yeah, so
Russ says there's Campbell, who should be dubbed the 60-minute man, always subbed around that mark. Been one of my favourite players this year, though. She slapped me. I said, great end product. Nice.
it's short to an iron. Oh, they've gone. I don't know why they don't just play that straight into the box. It's played to the back stick now, though. It's a volley. I don't know if you were offside or not. It's by Treyu.
It's poor, that, to be honest.
Anyway,
He's a better defender than he is a finisher. I'm originally from the Cross. 2 older brothers that are pigs. My auntie took me to the lane when I was 5. Never looked back. Nice one, Luke. Nice one. Hooters Lane, says Mitch.
Hooters Bramall Lane.
Yes, but it's your name, mate. You got to stick with the identity. That's from an RB Leeds fan. I appreciate that, pal. Yeah. How about... I'm joking. How about the Blades play at Bramall Lane in the Marvel Stadium?
No, this is where I mean it's. I wouldn't want it to be called the Marvel Stadium. It have to be some. It could have to be if it were called Marvel Bramall Lane or something. Then I wouldn't mind as such. It's got to keep Bramall Lane in it.
Got
if take that away from it, then it's
tradition is everything in it.
For me.
I'm a big traditionalist myself. Just won 2 tickets to the Champions League final with flights and hotels, says Liam. Wembley week before. What a few weeks ahead, hopefully. Wow.
Well
wow.
done, mate.
Congratulations, mate. Louis says, I would stick with Kiefer as a starter up top next game. Bristol City can't deal with him. If we get through, depends on who the opposition is. If playing one up, Kiefer or Tyrese. Long throw into the box from Coventry. It drops, but it's cleared by Sunderland. Cov try and bring it back in.
I still need this penalty.
Is the line still available?
Yeah, it's not been took yet. I need a penalty.
Free kick.
Penalty for a line, and then I need a goal, any goal awarded during the first 11th, 21st, etc. And a left-footed goal for Sunderland, which I can't see that happening at the moment. So I just need a penalty. Get a penalty and get a line, I'll be happy.
Okay, mate. Charlie were on about Jack Lester and Kyle Walker. Interesting. Sunderland are poor going forward, but defending well. We struggle against teams who sit in. Yeah, that's true, Mike. That's true. FX says, why are the 4 teams Sheffield United, Bristol City, Sunderland, and Frank Lampard's Coventry City? I know, mate. I know. It's a bugbear.
Speaking of Kyle Walker, is he one that would potentially, he got linked, said he wants to end his career at United, so we're looking for a right back. Is he one that, if we do go up, he's going to be on a free at end of the season, isn't he? So,
true.
One we look at.
Here's one of your first lessons in being online, George. You sometimes have to take some stick on the internet. Apologies, mate. It's nothing personal. I'm sure you can get over this. Mogger says, I'm not sure about George's wallpaper.
Do you think that's my choice?
Fair answer and very believable, to be honest. Mate, we've got order not to change name of Leeds City Council. Football Trust. Okay, mate, don't worry. Don't bite. It's okay. Anyone seen Jefferson Caceres play? Is he any good? Levels, Wayne, is probably the word. Levels. He's a long way to go until his first team ready, I would say. I say there's certainly potential there. That's why he's been signed. But I think there's a way to go. Match Bingo Bramall Lane doesn't really have a good ring to it, says Jared. Marvel Studios presents Bramall Lane, says Russ. Chris Wilder's Sheffield United. I like that, Louis. I like that. On the bench once, Wayne, says Ben. Has he been on the bench, Caceres? Yes, he has. Tom says,
Stoke away.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Can't see you lot losing at Wembley to these lot. They're awful, says Tom. And they can announce Billy as the new Avenger, Captain Blade. Nice. Ben says, agree, Jord. Can see Walker coming, but only if we go up. Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, it won't be in Championship. Good defending from Bobby Thomas.
It's Grimes, that.
It was Grimes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was centre half. It's Jada Silver on left hand side, though. He plays it inside your right, tries to knock it through to Jack Radoni. They're asking for a penalty.
Oh, you're off his back.
Yeah, I thought it were. It deflected off. I think it were at Ballard's back. It's just showing you replay now. It does hit his arm.
Oh, it does hit his arm, yeah. But
his arm is by his side, though, and he's only about a metre away from him, if that, isn't he? So it's a throw in anyway to Cov, and it's going to be Van Newick to take a long throw by the looks of things. It does. It's like Jack Robinson's throw. They tried to clear it, Sunderland. They don't get it away. De Silva has it. It was Ben Chief. Oh, we're at number 14. It was number 14 for Coventry. It's been a sub.
Sheaf, I think, innit?
Oh, that's why. It's all right. I've had my list that I've got written down. It is Chief. My list that I've got written down. I've put two number 15s. Ben Chief's 14, and I put him as 15 with Liam Kitchen. So
it happens, mate.
Little mistake.
Grimes is a Lampard regen. He wishes. He wishes. I think you probably mean in looks, don't you? But
it's a corner to Coventry. Radoni's gone over to take it. So it's on the right hand side. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinger. Plenty of grappling in box. Referees having a look. It is an in-swinger to the near post. It's awful, and Lefay heads it clear.
oh, don't beat first man.
No, it doesn't. Van Hewitt tries to play it up. It's another poor ball, and there's a chance for a breakaway here. That is
Slow,
a foul. Yeah, I thought it was a foul. It was pushing the back by Liam Kitchen. Just
on Dan Ballard.
Just before halfway line. It's a free kick, and I think it's going to be a yellow card because he stopped an attacking threat there. So
Good decision. I think ref's done all right, to be fair.
Yeah, I do.
Dublin Blade says, I thought they'd rename beautiful downtown Bramall Lane to Hooters last year, as there was a right set of boobs on it every 2 weeks. Nice. Louis says, by the way, let Chrissy Wilder Sunday, met Chrissy Wilder Sunday, I assume you mean, and got to know him a little bit. Authentic person, no one better to lead us, one of our own. Absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. Ramble Lane, just for Jim. Absolutely right, mate. You can't have an argument with his wife over wallpaper. He's not got his PJs warmed on the radiator in winter. Charlie says, I have a spare bedroom for Kyle on Ecky Road if he's interested. I think he'll be all right for room, to be honest.
Trey, who? No, Bellingham has a shot and his own player gets in the way. Ballard turns in the box, has a shot. I don't know if it's gone out for a corner, this, has it? Or
look like
it is a corner.
The Bellingham shot with a one, weren't it? They got blocked by his own man.
Let's have a look. It's showing you behind net now.
Coventry just need to deal with this.
I can't tell if Bellingham's shot were going on target there. I don't know if it looked like it were going high. I just don't think it was going on target.
Second to everything.
Yeah, it's a corner to Sunderland. It takes short. Lefay whips it in to the penalty spot. It's headed clear by Coventry. And O'Neill picks it up. He's going to go long. He does towards the back edge of the box, towards Bellingham. He chests it down. It goes into the box. He takes a dive, I think.
It's a dive, that. You've got to book him for that.
Fall for that, and Van Hewitt comes away with the ball.
That's dodgy from Bellingham, that. Really?
That would be a booking for simulation, surely. If you're not going to get it there, he's
not booking him.
To be honest, his knee, if you watch, I think, closely, they clash knees a bit. There. They just sort of clash knees a little bit, don't they? And it feels the tiniest bit of contact, not enough to go down. And he throws himself on the floor. What do you think? Do you think pen there? Or
I'm not convinced at all. I think he's dived. Slip from the Coventry boy. From the Sunderland boy. Sunderland look like a team who've lost the last 5. Charlie, I thought you said Kylie, in which case I'll also have a bed available. Connor saying on his stream, Sheffield United should beat Sunderland or Coventry easy if they play like they are today. So maybe he's not completely useless, Connor. Kyle Walker could still beat most Prem strikers for pace, so would be brilliant for the Blades if we go up, but would have to take a massive pay cut from around 170 grand a week. Mark says, I've always said I'd fine players a week's wages for not getting a set piece past the first man. Sunday League stuff, up the clarets. Anyone know how many goals and assists Jezza and Raksaki and Brooks each have? I think Raksaki will beat him on that stat, to be honest, but he's had more time on the pitch, I believe. If this stays 0-0, Sunderland nick it 1-0 at home, get your bets on.
Quality is so poor. It's like Patrick Roberts just come away then, and he started a bit of a counter-attack. He's come centrally, he's tried to play it into Isidore around the back, and he's overhit it like so bad, and it's just gone straight out for a Coventry goal kick. The quality is poor, isn't it? Going forward, third.
He's really poor. But that's good for us, isn't it? That's what we want.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm liking what I see because, you know, if both games go like this in their game and we get through, they don't. None of this is making me think, whoa, we're going to struggle.
Yeah, what are we up against here?
Yeah.
I'll keep holding on. I've been singing that today.
There's that, or like I said, there's Drake's song, isn't there?
Which one's Drake's song?
Just
Oh,
Hold On.
yes. Yeah. Yeah, we were on about that yesterday, weren't we? As well?
Sakamoto tries to play a little chip ball over to Radoni. He's headed clear by Trey Hume. There's tackles flying in galore here. Love it. Crowds are really getting involved, and all you can hear them all shouting for fouls.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah. Radoni. It's tough because against Sunderland, they've got every single man back. Kitchen has the ball. He comes out wide to De Silva. Plays it into Hadji Wright. Into Radoni. Right, makes a run, but he doesn't. He comes to De Silva.
Bit of commentary, Jord. I love it.
Back to Radoni.
If we're doing a watch along, innit?
I know. Well, I'm just trying to, get a bit of football content here. De Silva,
Appreciate it, mate.
good movement. Ben Sheaf plays the ball to the back stick. It's headed clear by Sirkin.
Oh.
Bobby Thomas wins it. It's gone a bit scrappy again, and away comes Sunderland with the ball.
I do like Bobby Thomas.
And there's a chance for a counter-attack here. It's Lafay. He plays it into Isidore. I think he's offside. I'm not sure if flag's gone up yet. It hasn't. He has a shot, and it's a goal. Isidore.
Oh, interesting.
I thought it was offside. And I think the keeper there is a bit suspect. So they came away with it. Lafay played a ball in behind. I think it was Van Nieuwijk. If it weren't Van Nieuwijk, it was in behind Bobby Thomas. It were on that right-hand side of defence. Isidore gets the ball in the box on the left-hand side. He hits it across goal. And I think Ben Wilson should have done better. He should have got an hand to it. He doesn't, and it goes in the far corner. And it's 1-0 Sunderland. And it's come from nothing. It's just going to show you at replay now.
It's been scrappy all the way through, hasn't it?
It's not who I said it was. It was that on right hand side that's lost his man.
He's off.
Oh, it was Bobby Thomas.
I think he's off.
Yeah, I do as well. Yeah, the keeper does get a touch. It's sort of straight at him, and it hits his left hand, and he palms it into net.
Interesting.
Yeah, keeper should have done better there for me.
Yeah, he should. You'd be gutted if that were Cooper, wouldn't you?
Pardon?
You'd be gutted if that were Cooper.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You'd expect better, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-0 Sunderland. Come from when you didn't think there were going to be any goals in the game.
No, I could have easily seen this like petering out to a 0-0.
Yeah. Radoni now, though. He gets the ball into the box. It goes towards Thomas Asante. Sakamoto falls over in the box. Definitely not a penalty.
Played for it, didn't he?
Yeah. Grimes back to Bobby Thomas. It's Van Nieuwijk now. He takes it to the byline. He crosses it in. It's a great header. It's 1-1. Jack Radoni.
Oh, Radoni!
Well played. It's just sort of where has this come from? The game's just sort of come to life. Do you know what? You know what? Great play from Van Nieuwijk there because it comes up against
header as well from Radoni.
Yeah, it comes up against Sirkin. He does a step over. He takes it to the byline. He crosses it back towards edge at 6-yard box. Radoni's unmarked. It's a free header, straight on target, and it's 1-1. 2 goals in 2 minutes.
Nice. Isidore's not scored in about 800 games, has he, Mike? That was just before he scored.
Well, it weren't Sirkin, wasn't it? Sorry, it weren't Sirkin. It was Lafay.
Isidore.
No, sorry, I'm on about for this goal. I thought it was Sirkin who Van Nieuwijk took on. It wasn't. It was Lafay who just showed him onto his right foot.
Lovely cross. Lovely header.
Yeah, it is. Fair play.
Trey Hume that's left him after we've been saying he's
I can't believe that he just come to life. It's as if Sunderland scored there, and Coventry
It
just
just woke
said,
them up,
right,
didn't it?
that's
Woke Coventry up.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
Here come Coventry again now.
Unlucky. I think Mason Clark's come on, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it Thomas Asante? Yeah, Thomas Asante's come off, and
Mason Clark's come on.
Mason Clark's come on. Which is not, to be honest, at this point in the game now, that's not a bad sub to be bringing on. I quite like Mason Clark.
I completely agree with this comment by Russ, by the way. I think Bellingham is championship standard at the moment, doing well where he is, not ready to move up yet. I don't see it either. If his name were Jude Bell, nobody would be bothered. What are your thoughts on Bellingham Premier League quality, or is he overrated because of his brother? Yes, he is, in my opinion.
Like to, at the same time, I'd like to see, because Dortmund have been linked with him today, from what I've seen. And I'd like to see him go there and see how they could develop him. I totally agree. He is for a championship standard player at the moment and a good championship player. But if he goes to a better team, better coaches, better players around him, I'd love to see how he then progresses as well.
Could say that about a lot of good young prospects, though, couldn't you, I suppose?
Yeah.
I think what he has got is his pedigree, isn't it? There's a blueprint there with his brother where he's just got better and better and better.
Yeah.
And if a team can harness 50% of that, then they've got a great player on their hands. So, Rai says, was impressed with the title, smashed him gate. Thank you. I was pleased with that one myself. I was pleased with that one. If Cov don't go up, one of the three coming down will be in for Radoni. Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. Finally, the game has come alive, says Matt. Sunderland left back got put on toast then, says Wayne, but George's right. It won't circuit.
I did think it were, but it weren't. It with a left midfielder covering that spot. Do you know when you're going on players' numbers then, Jim? So Radon is a centre attacking mid. Number 5 is. How do you feel about that one?
I don't mind it because when I was playing in centre mid, I was number 5.
Right, okay.
And that's because Zinedine Zidane wore number 5.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a trend, I think, at that stage.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's quite cool.
I used to see it as
it's a centre half number, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to see that as what a ball into the box that is. Again, Patterson comes out. It were a lovely in swinger.
Grimes with a beautiful
Grimes, and then Patterson. He comes out for it again. Defender has steady it clear. It's 09 who heads it clear, and again Patterson is nowhere near it.
What a cross that was! Great defending from Luke O'Neill.
Proper come to life, don't they? And fans have as well. It's just showing you now. Fans are all up dancing and singing, and rightly so. The team's got back into the game, and they're starting to show something. It's an in swinger. It's headed clear by Sunderland. Sakamoto tries to put it back in. Sunderland scrapping about trying to clear, and it just gets cleared up towards halfway line, where Frank Lampard controls ball. Shows a bit of his old skill. He's still got it. It's a long ball up.
Bobby Thomas has stayed up the corner.
Yeah,
corner to Coventry. Dortmund only linked because they had his brother. Too many players in this league that are great championship players and miles off it for the Prem. Charlie says Bellingham is very average. Bob says I'd take Radoni at Ellen Road next season. I'd take him at Bramall Lane, pal. I'd feel confident playing these on this basis. I won't lie, says Toddy.
Yeah.
The corner to Cov.
Radoni's battling someone in box. I didn't see that way. Grimes, it's an out swinger to the near post. Bellingham got there and headed it. Sakamoto has a shot from edge at box. And now it's just cleared.
Picked up this.
From Dan Neal. Yeah, it has. It's definitely picked up because we've started commentating on it a bit more, haven't we? So
you can always tell. You can always tell that football's improved.
Yeah, it's going to be Van Nieuwijk for a throw-in. It's going to be a long throw-in again. Coventry pushed the centre halves up, I think, by the look of it. It is a long throw-in. Kitchen goes to win the header. He does. Mason Clark has it in the box. Patrick Roberts just makes him turns away and comes back out to Ben Sheaf, who plays it into De Silva. Grimes now plays a curling left-footed cross towards the back stick and pats
Oh.
it out, and he claims it, and he's just stayed down as he landed a little bit dodgy.
Yeah, it looked like he got cleaned out of it. Looked like they took him out from underneath a little bit.
Yeah.
He's all right, but it's like
Just
a bit of
winded
a
him a
bang.
bit, hasn't it, I think. Yeah, it's had you right. It goes. It's fair. It goes to win it, doesn't it? There's no in it.
Look at Isidore if we went up, says Maury. Seriously, fellas, you lot will smash either of these teams at Wembley. There's only one Bellingham. Just look at Bob Messi, Dave Ronaldo, and Dorothy Kane. They'll never do out. When I used to play, I won number 5 due to John McPhail. No real reason. A real no-nonsense blade centre back. How I played, even when I played on the wing. Charlie says we should have retired the number 5 shirt after Paul Stancliffe. My dad met Paul Stancliffe the other night. Shook his hand. They were pleased to meet him. Somebody was saying, "Oh, that's what I was looking for." Was Isidore's goal? George's left foot goal he needed. No, it were a right-footed goal.
No, right-footed, weren't it?
Yeah, and then Radoni's were a header. So
I'm just having a look now. I don't know if someone's. Yeah,
must have done.
It's been won.
Who's won it?
I don't know if I can say this name on live. Cock and Shell.
Okay.
so
Right.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. It's one of them.
Yeah, it's. I've not had really any much more. I need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6 things to happen for a full house now. Really,
It tells you, doesn't it?
Still got a chance of 2 lines, but it's. I just can't see. I can't see it happening. We'll see. 13 minutes left. Stranger things have happened.
I'll keep holding on.
That, to be honest, Jim. What about that for a shirt then? You picture Rob Holding.
Yeah.
I'll keep holding it. In fact, you can have a picture of Rob Holding next to Mick Hucknall.
Robinson's in tears.
Oh, nice flick. Is it Watson that's come on there? Number 10, I know. Oh, it can't be number 10 because that's Paddy Roberts.
Yeah.
Let's have a look on my phone.
Who do you want in the final, lads? Who do you think you'll get in the final? I don't know. It could go either way, this, to be fair. Obviously, there's another game to play at Sunderland, which might be a different dynamic. I think Coventry looks slightly more threatening, if I'm honest, at the moment. But this is their own game, isn't it? Lots of people like Van Uwick for Coventry. Not sure he's an outstanding pick, or am I missing something? I don't think he's... I think if he were called Jeff Uwick, then nobody would be that bothered, to be honest. Wayne Rooney's in the bingo hall with all the old ladies. He's sweating on. Hi, Jimmy. Who do you want in the final? I'm not bothered, Kel, to be honest. I could give you an argument why I don't want either team. So we'll just have to take what's given, won't we? If we get there, we're not quite there ourselves yet. I know it's very good.
It was Chris Rigg who's come on for Isidore.
Thank you, mate. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, a dive from Mason Clark. Gets the free kick, but it was a definite dive. Season tickets, haven't you?
Take it, mate.
You've moved your season tickets place.
Yes, we have. In fact, I'm going to get to see where they are tomorrow because Eki Outsal kindly did the waiting in line for us hour live on off the presser when it came out.
Yeah.
So me and Sal were queuing for me, Mia, and my dad, and we've moved. We're still on John Street, but we've moved further back, which is what we wanted, and we're slightly to the right of the halfway line now.
Yeah,
So
you were left-hand side, weren't you, before?
Yeah, we're on row P.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be much better. It's close to where Dave the Nose sits, and I've sat with Dave before, so it's I've sat in Dave's seats before.
Yeah.
So it's decent.
Sakamoto cuts onto his left foot. He crosses into the box. I thought Radoni were going to get there. It doesn't. It's Ballard who heads it up into the air, and Patterson just claims it. He's gone down with cramp, I believe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, he's holding
Suits
his car.
Sunderland, this, doesn't it? Suits Sunderland.
Yeah, definitely. They'll take a 1-1 draw. It was like us yesterday, weren't it? We said,
Yeah.
you'd take a
It's
draw.
not game, we'd have taken it. Of course we
Isn't
would.
the same. He gets
Take a moment.
punched back ahead and all by Patterson as he.
By his own keeper, yeah. Michael Brown can clearly still play any chance. He can play. He can play. He'll tell you he can play as well. He were on about outclassing Pirlo in another charity game that we were playing in.
Yeah, that was for it was Tottenham versus
against Milan,
Milan legends, weren't it? There's a sub here for Cov. I think it were Ben Sheaf. Yeah, Ben Sheaf's coming off for Jamie Allen.
Kelly likes your shirt, mate. I think is what she's saying.
He'll put the ball in Wednesday's net.
Tyrese flipping Campbell. It's they're available on Amazon. Kelly, just put Blades Ramble into Amazon, and Man Mountain will be a very happy man. How are you boys getting down to Wembley? We got our train tickets last night. How are we getting down to Wembley, Jord?
I've heard there's a Ramblers coach, isn't there?
I think there is. There might be 2 Ramblers coaches, to be honest, at this rate. There's a lot of people coming.
That'd be great, though. That imagine that, and if we won, God, what a ramble on road we'll have from that. Unbelievable. Got to get there first, though. Listen,
get there, mate.
3-0, but stranger things have happened, and we've seen what happened at Hillsborough the other year, so we're not there yet.
Cheers, thanks. No worries, Kel. No worries. Russ says, interesting, you're on John Street, mate. Just like the seats. I'm at Bramall Lane, Upper Man when I go. Lovely view. Yeah, it's a nice view from there.
I think it's best viewing ground, me, up on there.
Yeah, I do.
It's brilliant. Such a good view.
I do like that, Bramall Lane Upper. But you can't get a season ticket there, I don't think. I might be wrong, but I don't think you can.
I'm sure there were a few this season.
Somebody's told me they've got a season ticket there, so I must be wrong. But
I'm sure there were a few up there this season.
Whenever we've checked, I'm sure you can. But
yeah,
that may have changed. Cov are going to go for it here in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I don't blame them either, because again, Sunderland are just sat deep. They're just looking for a counter, which is how they scored their goal.
James says Sunderland are no threat when Isidore isn't playing. They've got players going down with cramp as well. So maybe likely to concede late.
Oh, well done, Sakamoto. He's into the box. Oh, he tries to play it across the keeper. And he
hello, Sakamoto. Yeah, nice.
It's a corner.
Dublin Blazers, hopefully we get Cov so I can compliment Sophie on her footballing knowledge at Wembley. You're disgraceful. TC suite for me. Comfy seats for my Johnny Giles. All right, posh lad. All right. Oh, Lord Michael Brown, I think Charlie's going for.
Absolutely.
I was debating driving down to Wembley, then did the matches, and it's probably cheaper to get the coach or train to London. Yeah.
One is in swinging. Patterson comes, gets 2 fists to it, and the referee gives a foul on an iron just on the 6-yard box.
Michael Brown plays for more Legends teams than anybody. He's still got a bit, though, hasn't he? He's still got a bit.
Because he is a legend.
Yeah, he is. Very interested to see. I've got a signed print of him over there from Marty Greer and signed by Michael Brown. In fact, oh no, Paddy nearly fell off. Don't knock Paddy off. Marty Greer at Big Cartel.
Look at that.
Code Blade Ramble at the checkout. Never miss an opportunity. Code Blade Ramble at the checkout. All right, Brownie? All right, mate. My mate Brownie. Put that up later. It'll take me ages. I've knocked them all off now.
He were, honestly, when I first started playing football at age 7, I had to be number 7.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be Michael Brown. Like, he was just my idol. I absolutely loved him.
What a legend! What a player!
Devastated, absolutely devastated that time. You know, when deal got announced that he'd gone for 500 grand to Tottenham, and then he came out like a game after, I think, and he like walked around the pitch. You like to say his buys.
Yeah.
Devastated.
Horrible. I remember when Jags left as well. It was just awful.
Yeah, that was someone's fault. That someone
close to us.
Someone very close
to me.
Yeah, very close to you.
Those who've been around will know that tale. Very interested to see how the Tifo and Banner work out on Monday. Love the European style for things. I'm going to Valencia in 2 weeks for a game. Hope it's good. Yeah. If you can support Shore and Boys 89, I think it is, in terms of their movement on the cop, trying to get the atmosphere improved at the lane. Jimmy casually smashing microphones to pieces with Brownie there. Have you ever been on the cop, Jimmy or Jordan? I'm on the cop halfway up behind the net. Last time I were on cop was the Man U 3-3. I got me and Andy the Blade tickets, and we were directly behind one at Pillars, and he was absolutely going balmy with me for the terrible tickets that I got. Me? How can I sit behind a pillar? I'm normally sitting in the director's box.
I used to stand at back a gangway on cop. I had a season ticket up there for ages. And then my brother's knees aren't very good. And, what a terrible back pass this is. Mayenda takes it around the keeper. It's 2-1. What a terrible mistake that is from Coventry.
Oh, dear.
It's Van Nieuwijk. I need to see that again because I was too busy talking about back at Corp.
Oh, dear.
That is shocking, isn't it?
That's huge as well. 2-1 on way back to
Frank. Look at poor Frank. He don't look very happy. So let's just see replay, and I'll be able to explain it a little bit more. It looks like it's just a pass back to keep what he's tried to do, but he's not even got anything on it. So the ball got played high up into the the Sunderland box. Bellingham clears it. Van Nieuwijk challenges Lafay. Mayenda's going towards the keeper, and
he reads it. He just reads it really well.
He plays a left-footed pass from the halfway line to Ben Wilson, and he gets nowhere near enough on it, and Mayenda reads it very well. Wilson comes out of his box. Mayenda knocks it past him with his left foot. He's got an open goal as he goes into the box, and he takes his chance. 2-1 Sunderland. And Van Nieuwijk looks absolutely devastated, which you would be, wouldn't you?
Oh, God.
They never look like getting 2 goals. Both goals have come from a ball that's gone high up into the box, into Sunderland's box from by Coventry, and they just cleared it and counter-attacked, haven't they? You know, it's a great result as this stands for Sunderland, because they've not been a better team for me. De Silva plays it across now. Bobby Thomas out to Sakamoto, comes back on his left foot. He crosses it in. He's headed clear. Only onto the edge of the box, though. Matt Grimes. It's a left-footed curler.
Nice. Unlucky. Too much on it.
And now this is showing the Sunderland fans telling Patterson to stay down and waste time. Complete poo-housery.
Poo-housery. Oh, have I got it? No, I ain't got it. Got it. I've got different profiles. Let me see if I can. Oh, no, because it'll change everything on the screen and stuff, so I can't. Poo-housery. I'm going to put that on every profile so I can use it whenever on. James says... Jimmy, does that back pass remind you of anyone in particular? Maybe. That's something Jackie Longthrow would have done, says Happy Chappy. Great anticipation by my end of that. It is Ben. He read it really well. Sunderland's pace scared me. With Robinson as well. Yeah, me too. Reminds me of Primley and Cooper, says Liam. It's going to be interesting to see what Matt and Sophie say after that.
Mason Clark plays it in. Hadji Wright. Is that not a penalty, ref?
You've got it.
Oh, it's a great tackle by Bellingham. And he's celebrating like he's just scored.
6 minutes at a time, by the way.
So it were cross in from left-hand side by Mason Clark. Hadji Wright controls it on the 6-yard box with his left foot, sort of spins, and he's just about to pull
He's
trigger.
fouled Bellingham there, to be honest.
Yeah, he has. He's just about to pull trigger, and Bellingham sticks his left foot out.
Great challenge.
Great challenge. Long throw in here. Oh, it's headed towards goal, but Patson dives inside.
There, Johnny boy.
Got a little bit excited.
Oh.
Sounded like Gary Neville when
Yeah,
he were at we're Chelsea against Barcelona.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Fernando Torres, weren't it? I think that's
yeah. Just tuned back in. Missed 3 goals, and Robbo is getting criticised despite not playing in this game. Lampard will probably go to Chelsea next season.
Mayendo here in the box. There's a left-footed shot near post. Wilson saves it, and it's a corner to Sunderland.
Slight crisis there, John.
I thought we were going in. I mean, in a Gary Neville come out.
Yeah, we're in the coffin for Lampard. Not sure about that.
He's done a great job at him, to be honest.
Yeah,
they weren't doing great with him when he took over.
I think the big thing here is our attitude. Others are celebrating getting to the playoffs with pitch invasions, happy to get in them or get to Wembley. That's been us in the past. Yeah, I don't think there'll be any of that. Job with the Scooby-Doo impression. Rocky.
I'm not even trying to do it. I'm not making a tit of myself, just even more than I already have done.
Frank Lampard's Coventry City will turn it round at their place. Do you mean at Sunderland? This is at their place, isn't it? So maybe.
Mayendo is coming off now. Just waste a bit of time.
If you missed tonight's countdown to kick-off, by the way, that it's now available as a podcast, anywhere you get your podcasts. Or you can go back and watch it on YouTube. As a reminder, at some stage, this has to be... Does it have to be happening? Hot off the presser? We don't know when the press conference is going to be. Sometimes when it's such a tight turnaround, it's not...
It could be tomorrow, you know.
Could be.
Are they going to do it on a Sunday? I'm not sure.
I wouldn't have thought so, in all honesty. But they won't do it day of, will they? So
no, I've been very surprised.
It may not happen, you know. It may not. I know he didn't do one for Burnley, did he? Because it was a tight turnaround on Easter weekend.
Yeah.
So we're ready to go if it does happen. We've also got 90 after 90, and that'll be on Tuesday at 6 p.m. because we'll be at the game on Monday night. And then we're straight into the second leg of this fixture, actually. After 90, after 90.
Over a kick, and it's over the bar from Coventry. Good effort.
Could we sign Radoni in time for Wembley, do you reckon? Be decent.
Be nice. Won't complain.
2 minutes of added time left. And it's a Sunderland goal kick. Looks like this is how it's finishing.
It's a great result for Sunderland, this. Their fans are going to be very happy taking this into the second leg at Stadium of Light. 100 Light. It's ridiculous. They've not even... Coventry's been a better team, haven't they? I think they've looked like the more side that's going to score. And it's sort of a smash and grab from Sunderland, and fair play to them.
I don't think it's over by any means. I know there's only one goal in it, so that's easy to say, but I think Coventry could seriously still get through this tie.
Well, Coventry scored 2 goals at Stadium of Light when they played earlier in the season. It finished 2-2. So they've scored goals there. So, it's definitely not over. There's only one goal in game.
Yeah. James says, Sunderland's pace has convinced me I'd rather have Cov. Pace is something we don't have the players to handle. Couple saying that we all know how Jackie Long throw and Isidore ended out last time out. Jackie handed it to him on a gold plate. Thanks for tonight, lads. Always enjoy these. Roll on Monday. Up the blades, up all the rambles. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that, mate. I'm saying he got a massive job on his hands on now. Sunderland at home. Can't see it, Jimmy. Can you? I can if I'm honest. But away from home, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. FX says, great stuff tonight, lads. I'm an hour ahead and need a few sherbets before bedtime, so I'll catch you on the next one. All the best to all of us Monday. I'll be in Triple Point early doors. We'll see you there, pal. Catch up with you soon. Thank you for joining us. Weibo says, I think our style of play Suits playing Coventry. We're very good on transition, and Cov always look open. Hope they can turn it around. Michael says, cheers, lads. Good luck and good night. Cheers for tonight, lads, says Mike. Jim and Jord, a laugh as always. Speak soon, lads. Yes, you will. You will. We're just about coming to the
5
end.
seconds left. And Sunderland have the ball and Coventry's off. We're over time now. Surely the referee's going to blow. He's letting Sunderland carry on, though. And they're just keeping the ball and playing it into the corner. Game management, very well done. Yeah, they're just holding the ball up now. Coventry win it back. Try to play it long. There's a foul. Is there going to be one last chance for Coventry? I highly doubt it.
No.
What is Wilson doing? Yeah, faffing about with it. The referee blows his whistle. It's full time. Coventry 1, Sunderland 2.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very.
Very top goal in the second leg, and those Sunderland fans will get right on the back, says Happy Chappy. Peace out, boys. Don't know how I feel about that result, to be fair, says Toddy. Cheers, lads. Preferred your commentary. Had the telly on mute, says Louis. We didn't really commentate, to be fair, but David says, cheers, guys. Fun as always, these. Thank you, mate. Phil says, away goal doesn't count, does it? No, it doesn't.
No.
Not over yet. We did some Jimmy against Lampard at Derby, and that went badly wrong. It did same against Lampard. Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Nice one. Thoughts on that, then,
That one, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Stop crying, Frank Lampard. What's your thoughts on that, then, pal?
I just think it's a good job from Sunderland, isn't it? They've gone there, like I say, bit of a smash and grab, and they've come away with a win to take back to the Stadium alive. I think Coventry were probably the better team, but
yeah.
Not really much else to say, is there, about that?
No, I think that's a fair assessment, mate. I think that's fair. First time messaging, long time viewer and all that jazz. Thanks, guys. Enjoyed that. Well, you're welcome, mate, and thank you for joining us. It's appreciated. Paul says, nice one, boys. Laugh as always. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. Right, we shall call it there then, Jord. We've done some hours over the last couple of days, mate. I really appreciate your time, pal.
Thanks for having me, mate.
What have we got coming up? We've said, haven't we? We've Ramble on the Road is out now for those that haven't seen it yet. Jamie Dumpling does a great job with that. I have just done the countdown to kick-off. If you've missed that, go back and have a watch of that. That's a little bit of preparation for our game on Monday night. I may have a little bit of family time this weekend, if you'll forgive me for that.
I think you deserve it, mate.
Mrs. Ramble wants to head off to the Caravan on Saturday, so that might be the plan, because nobody's in this weekend. And then we'll be back full tilt on Monday. We'll let you all know the plans. It'll be in the Platinum chat for those that are in there with us, and see where we go. Just last few comments. Do not fancy Robbo trying to stop that Mayenda on the counter. You neither. Best result for neutrals. Forces Cov to come out on Tuesday, says Riff. Good point. How many Sunderland have lost? How many have Sunderland lost before today? I think it was 5 on the spin. Cheers, lads. Great once again, says Matt. Thank you, mate. It'll be a case of who scores first in the return leg wins. I don't think that you're far off with that, to be honest. Yeah. I think that there could be something in that. And Will finishes comments by saying, great stream, lads. Up the Ramble, up the dodgy Motson.
Cheers, mate.
Nice one. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, we'll be back soon. United, it looks like it might be Sunderland. We're leaning that way, but this tie's not over. Neither is ours, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll have to wait for Monday, and we'll see you very soon. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards.
Up the blades.